You are now tuned into Khary's Crib.
Khary's Crib.
Khary's Crib.
Khary's Crib. No?
Oh shit. Wrong screen.
Man.
What's good at 10 pretty people? Friday evening. My name is Khary. This is my crib. And I invite you into my home for another evening of the dopest live stream. That's something like a newscast, something like a podcast, and sometimes like a showcase. We got a good show for y'all tonight. Tonight, we got some interesting news we're going to be going over, some topics we're going to be getting into. It's going to be a fun evening. It's going to be a very, very fun evening, you know? What's up to all my house guests in the chat? Glad y'all checked in with me tonight. Glad y'all are tuned in as usual. My co-host tonight is Tati. B's Buddha has the night off. Well, he has the night working at his other job. You know, he got his own little business and shit like that. So he's doing his thing right now with his business. So, yo, let's do a salute to B's. Getting that bread and getting his business more out there and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Good food.
Yeah, definitely doing this thing out there. Definitely doing this thing. Let's see. How are you doing, Tati?
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. We got a wild title. If you haven't seen the title of the stream tonight, it's kind of a wild title. It's "You Leaving Your Man If He Can Do a Split."
Yo.
Tati told me she read this question today and the comments were lit on it. But we're gonna get into it a little later and shit like that. We're gonna talk about it. If she would leave her man if she found out he could do a split, if she walked in the door and all of a sudden that nigga was just in the living room, full split in the living room floor to some Megan Thee Stallion or some shit like that. Would she be out?
Listen.
I don't know. We're gonna talk about it, you know.
Hey guys, I'm sorry. In the chat. Hey Wayne. Hey Cheryl.
You know, I had another wild question that I had. The homie Alex actually sent me this question earlier. He posted a video, not a video. He shared a link to a couple that just got engaged or just got married or something like that. And it was a couple that was it was a gay man and a stud woman. And he was like, "Is this a gay couple or a straight couple? I don't know." You know, so we'll talk about that later. That's a question we're gonna talk about a little later as well. So that's a little wild. But it's Friday. It's Freaky Friday. So we're gonna get into some shit. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into some shit tonight. You know what I mean? Okay. So let's fuck it. Let's get into it. Before we get into it, we in Tampa, you know, and this weekend in Tampa, last night actually kicked off Loud on 7th here in Tampa. It's like a music festival that's going on in Tampa where they kind of do a lot of things and promote a lot of different artists from different areas. It started off primarily with Tampa artists, but there's a lot of artists that actually came here from other cities to pretty much showcase their talent and shit like that. And it's kind of like they take over Ybor City. Ybor City's a really popular part of Tampa where people go and party and drink. There's a lot of bars, a lot of spots where performance venues and shit down there. And they kind of took over a few venues. They're gonna be doing things the whole weekend, all throughout the day and shit like that. And one of the things they're gonna be doing is a poetry event that's called Soul on Fire. They're going to be doing that tomorrow night, and we are actually going to be in the building doing some things, talking with some people. I believe we're going to try to live stream. I'm not sure how good the connection and everything is over there, but I'm going to figure out a way to get us live streaming tomorrow. And we're going to be doing that tomorrow between 1 and 6. I'm not sure if we're going to be streaming the whole entire time, but we are going to be up for at least an hour or two doing some shit tomorrow, talking with some people, interviewing some people, hearing some poetry and shit like that. So that should be interesting, you know. I'm gonna be out there. Tati's gonna be out there with me. I think Tati's actually gonna be the one with the mic, putting into people's faces like, "Yo, what you doing? What's your name?" and things like that. I think I'm correct, you know.
I ain't gonna put it in their face, but
why not? You know, you should just like shove it in their face, like, "Here goes the mic. What's your name?" And bring it back.
No.
Bring it back.
We gonna be respectful.
And then bring it back. Yeah. All right. No, but
It's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
be out there
fun,
tomorrow. We're
though.
gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun. You know, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be out there. We're gonna be in the building. You know, and we're gonna be streaming. So y'all gonna see us all of a sudden pop up at some point tomorrow afternoon. It's gonna be something a little different. I'm not sure how I'm gonna present Khary's crib live when I'm not in my crib. You know, but we'll figure it out. You know, we'll figure it out. All right. Let's move on real quick. I've been thinking about getting vaccinated more, and the other day I said, you know what? I want to go visit my mom up in New York, right? But I was like, you know what? If I'm not vaccinated, am I putting my mom at risk? I don't know. You know, at least in her head, she's gonna feel like I'm putting her at risk. So for her to feel safer and for me to feel better about myself, I think I'm going to get vaccinated, and that's gonna be one of my key, one of the key reasons why I'm gonna get vaccinated is one, to make my mom feel a little more comfortable, and so I can visit her without her feeling like, you know what, if I give you a hug, am I at risk? You know,
I mean, I feel like even if you are vaccinated, you would kind of be putting her at risk. Just get a COVID test before you leave.
Yeah.
I'm not saying don't get vaccinated. I'm saying get vaccinated and still take a COVID test and keep your mask on.
I was doing some reading today. I was reading up on the COVID vaccine and things like that. I was pretty much looking at the CDC's website, and they was just pretty much stating shit that we know, shit that we're still studying, and things like that. And they said the things that we know is that the vaccine does help prevent, but it takes up to 2 weeks after you're vaccinated for your body to kind of fully feel like it made itself a little stronger. So it takes up to 2 weeks for the vaccination to actually fully got your system in order and shit like that. You know, to where it's supposed to help prevent it, or if you do catch it, help fight it. But if you do catch it, you can still spread it, you know, so.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I'm hearing a lot of that. Like, a lot of the vaccinated, oh, we're not spreading talk. And it's a little misleading because, you know, even vaccinated people can still get COVID and can still spread it.
Mm-hmm.
The vaccination just, the vaccine just kind of, you know, helps your body fight it off, like you said. And, like, it's supposed to lower your chances of going to the hospital and having severe issues. So it's like, I don't know. I think with COVID, it's a lot of just confusion being talked about amongst people, amongst like the news. Like, sometimes I hear people talking about it where it's like, you know, like we all can't get it and spread it to each other.
Right. Which is not true.
Yeah, like the vaccine is not, it's not keeping you from getting COVID. It's just lowering your chances of having severe, you know, issues when if you were to get COVID.
And right now, just as I'm thinking right now, I'm like, how do we know how many people, or how do we know the vaccine is actually preventing some people, or, you know, how do we know that people got the vaccine and now that they're out in public, we don't know if they actually came in contact with somebody with COVID and the vaccine actually prevented them from catching it or not? There's really no real, I guess, scientific way of testing that, unless you just put like 15 people with COVID in a room in a scientific lab and then throw one person in there that got the vaccine. And
I mean, I think I think they got those results by vaccinated people getting COVID. So like for me, it really doesn't matter. Like,
oh shit. Something's messed up with my buttons. I gotta fix.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just think get vaccinated or don't. Do what's best for you. Get vaccinated or don't. Do what's best for you, but just don't. Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, Khary's crib. Okay.
Yeah, I got some keys messed up somewhere.
Yeah, and I was seeing people saying, like Wayne said in the chat, that is mutating. It definitely is, because I read a week ago that there's a new strand. I'm not new strand, a new variant.
I'm not sure how that happened just now. All right, you know what? Oh gosh, this is driving me crazy right now.
What buttons are you pressing?
Yo,
just don't press them no more.
Yo, it seems like every button I press, it does a little transition on it.
Yeah, just don't press the buttons no more.
But I have to.
Khary's crib.
Like, I didn't even push a button that time.
Now they see like 15 of me.
Khary's crib.
Oh shit, yo, what's going on?
Khary's crib.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait, I think I might have figured it out.
But yeah, so y'all,
I fixed it.
Just be careful, because I see places that say like people that are vaccinated aren't required to wear masks, which I think is pretty silly, considering that everybody can still get COVID, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so silly to me. Like, all of the talk that's going on, it's like, okay, if you're going to get vaccinated, cool, but you still have to take precautions, because you can still get it just as easily as everyone else, and you can still give it to other people. And then there's that new variant that they don't know anything about. There's not many cases in the US. I read it's not many cases in here in the US for them to know what's going on, and they don't even know if the COVID vaccine can even fight that variant off, because they don't know anything about it.
Right.
So it's like, just get vaccinated or don't, but still take precautions. Wash your hands, wear your mask, you know?
Yeah.
Type shit.
I agree. And no, my board doesn't have COVID. Okay, I figured out what was going on. shit didn't get hacked. Okay, so you see my mic right here? My mic was lowered down. And as it was lowered down, the end wire was actually pressing down on the F8 key on my keyboard. So when I would press another button, it would create a key combination that would cause that thing to go across. So
yeah,
we figured that out.
Cheryl says some people are mad at Biden because he's making vaccinations mandatory. I didn't read that he was making them mandatory. I read that he was saying that if you are not vaccinated, businesses are required to do weekly COVID tests. Which I don't think anything is wrong with that. I think they should have been doing that.
What I read was that well, it was a headline I read that said Biden was thinking about requiring all federal employees to be vaccinated. I think that's one of the things I read, where he said he was requiring federal employees to be vaccinated.
So I saw today, he was talking today, saying, not today, it may have been a few days ago, but I was listening to it on the radio, where he was saying it was federal employees and like school employees and stuff like that, where he wanted them to get vaccinated, but if they weren't, he was just requiring them to take, in businesses, to like require their unvaccinated workers or employees to get to take a COVID test weekly, which I mean, I feel like everybody should be doing that. You know, COVID tests are free, so I feel like everyone should be taking COVID tests weekly, just to make sure.
And
I take COVID tests weekly. I work with kids, so I make sure I take one every week to make sure that when I come home, I'm not, if I have something, I can catch it early, and I'm not spreading anything to my baby.
So like in my in the conspiracy theorist part of my brain, there's a part in there that says, what if the tests are giving you the vaccine or giving you the virus, you know?
I ain't gonna cap. I thought when COVID, listen, I was about to say when COVID first came out, when last year, that's what I was feeling like. Like, I'm like, hold on now. Yeah. Y'all sticking this what all the way up to my brain? Oh no. Sounds like you trying to give me the vid. I'm good.
Yeah. That was in my conspiracy theorist part of my mind. There was like no proof of that. I didn't read anything that said that. I just said, you know what if, you know? So I still haven't had a COVID test. Tell you the truth.
You need to take a COVID test.
I still haven't had a COVID test.
Why not?
Because there's a conspiracy theorist part of my brain.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait 1 second, because you do all this research on the vaccine. You can argue why we should get it, what it does, how it helped not spread things, etc., but you won't even take a test because you feel like they're trying to give you COVID.
And well, that's not. And also because I feel like I may have already had COVID. I feel like
okay, but that doesn't mean. Okay, so the test is just so if you get it, you know that you have it. Instead of like getting it and maybe being asymptomatic, being that you've probably had it before and you sitting around your kids and whoever else is around you, you should definitely, especially your kids going to school, you should definitely be getting COVID tested. Even if they are the only people that you're around. That's wild.
And
That's so crazy to me, Khary. All this research you're doing and you don't want to take a COVID test?
Well, I didn't take it because I didn't feel like I needed to, you know?
I know I need to stop coming around you.
Khary over here in the chat says, yo, get the antibody test, a blood test to see if you had COVID already.
I know I need to stop coming around Khary, y'all. If I get COVID, because Khary don't want to get
I don't be around people.
You be around your kids that be around people. It don't matter who you're around. You're around people that's around other people.
They be masked up.
Your kids wear masks on the bus too?
Yeah. Let's ask them.
Ask them.
Let's ask them.
Ask them. Ask them.
I'm about to call him now.
Because I feel like if he wears a mask on the bus, he should be walking through the door coming home from school with a mask on, right?
Not necessarily. They say you could. The CDC says if you're outside when there's not like a ton of people, it's safe to not have a mask on in public. Yo.
What's up?
When you on the school bus, do you wear a mask?
Yeah.
When do you take your mask off?
When I get off the bus.
Okay. All right, that's it. That's what I wanted to say.
Good for you, KJ.
All right.
He's smart. He's smart.
Yeah, I feel like my kids really take precautions.
You should still take a COVID test, though.
I will. I'll take a COVID test one day.
Oh Lord!
Someday.
Let me start.
Y'all
gonna see me live streaming from my house.
Yo, Khary said, "Yo, Khary got COVID because he ain't washed the food before cooking."
I feel so too. Damn dirty ass fish, trying to give me COVID with the damn catfish.
Hey, my catfish be good as fuck.
I don't give a damn, but was it clean though?
Yes, it was clean because the temperature of the oil. Cook that motherfucker oil to a specific temperature to where all bacteria is now destroyed. That's why we cook food, to
you ain't even
destroy
wash the fish
bacteria.
Off. Y'all, let's not get back to this because I'm disgusted. I am disgusted.
All right, let's move on. All right. Yo, 21 Savage tweeted his next goal was 21 featuring Jay-Z.
Okay.
I was like, all right. I started scrolling through his motherfucking the replies to his shit. He had like 74,000 likes the last time I looked. But when I first looked, and there was one comment in particular that stood out to me. That said, yo, take the 500K.
Oh God, I heard that was Jay-Z's voice telling people to take the 500,000. Like, it's wild to me that people are so woke that they feel like if you had a choice between 500,000 and having dinner with Jay-Z, you think the right decision is to take the dinner with Jay-Z?
Yeah. Okay, for those that don't know, there was a question going around the internet that people were saying, hey, do you take dinner with Jay-Z or do you take 500K if you had that option, you know?
Bro, even Jay-Z said take the 500,000.
And some people were trying to say, yo, take the conversation with Jay-Z. I'm not one of those people that said take the conversation with Jay-Z.
Right.
I'm one of those people that said, yo, if I took that conversation with Jay-Z, the first thing Jay-Z would have said to me is, You should have took the 500K.
Because let me say this.
Said,
let me say this. So I was seeing that people were saying, oh, the knowledge that he can give you is worth more than money, et cetera, et cetera. Now, what if you get to this dinner and it's just dinner? Have you, let me say this. Have you ever asked somebody...
Huh? He's just cutting the steak and eating.
For real, you just having dinner.
Yeah.
Have you ever asked somebody that maybe you admired or some shit for advice on like business advice or whatever, and they gave you like a broad ass answer, like, you know, just be determined and work hard, don't stop, type shit. Yeah. And you like, bro,
some real
what the
basic
fuck?
shit.
Like,
some
I could have came up with
shit.
that myself.
I tell you what. If somebody said, yo, Khary, how do I be a web developer? I would say, yo, you got to study on web development, yo.
Exactly.
You know?
So what if you get to dinner and you get one of those answers?
You know? You got to be
still
dedicated
broke.
at that shit.
You still broke. So even if so, I'm saying, like, even if Jay-Z drops all of these gems on you or whatever you want to call it, right? Mm-hmm. Where the fuck are you gonna get the money to put that shit in motion?
Right, his gems are not your gems.
Fact. And what if you're in different industries and he can't help you?
Exactly. You know? And I replied, or I started seeing it so many times. I actually replied on one of them, you know? And my reply was like, you know what? Jay-Z's advice is going to be based on his path, not yours. You know? It's going to be based on the shit that he went through and how he dealt with it. Not the way you're going to go through shit and deal with it. Agreed. You know, it could be information that can help you. Yeah. But it's not going to be a roadmap to success.
Right. And you know what? I feel like when Jay-Z became a mogul, like a business mogul, he was already Jay-Z. He was already famous for rapping and shit, you know? Mm-hmm. So that helped him get his foot in the door. What is your broke ass gonna do? You know, like, I feel like, take the money. You can get this information from anywhere. You know, like, you know how people are charging to teach you how to market, to teach you how to do this, to teach you how to do that. They're only marketing this to you because it saves you time. But this is still information that you can learn on your own. So why would you, I'm not going to say broke again, but why would you not take this money and find the answers yourself and learn as you go, or even pay somebody to teach you?
I will.
That's y'all problem. Y'all choose broke too many times.
I will co-sign what you say, and I will add on to it by saying, if by the end of the year you can't have $200 of savings in your savings account, no advice Jay-Z will give you is going to help you.
That's a fact.
You know?
That's a fact. Because say you get the 500,000 and you blow that shit on stupid shit. How many people have you heard of or seen in Tampa or Florida that did all of these PPP loans and had...
You know what's gonna happen?
Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they spent it on Cuban links and club appearances and shoes and all this shit they can't even afford to look rich.
Niggas is gonna get the 500K, buy a $30,000 chain, not buy a gun, and get robbed.
Listen, that wasn't a funny situation, but it's like, yo, a gun costs how much? 200?
Yeah, you can get a gun for 200.
You couldn't even spend 200 on a gun to protect yourself?
I will tell you this. If you spent $200 on a gun, I would not trust it to defend myself.
Like, I really don't understand these people's logic.
Spend at least $400. Go on YouTube, look at videos on handguns, and you will know what guns you should buy versus what you shouldn't buy.
This man was on the floor saying, help me, please. Like, bro, if y'all don't take this money and invest into like a financial advisor or some shit to teach you how not to spend all your money at one time, and then invest in marketing and learn what the fuck you need to know. Yeah. Y'all just want to go sit with a famous person at dinner for what?
All that nigga gonna do is eat a steak in your face.
And what if he don't even pay for your dinner?
Oh shit. Nigga, now you gotta pay for this $300 steak. This $300 steak.
Yo, the dinner was not guaranteed.
$500 shot.
Look, I feel like they thought that they were gonna get the dinner and this man was gonna pay for the dinner, give him gems, give him 500,000, and put them on. No.
You thought because he was a billionaire, he was going to say, you know what, here go 500,000 to start you off.
No.
Nah, that nigga making you pay for your own dinner, nigga. That shot you took, that was a $250 shot.
I agree. That's wild. Take the money,
and now
guys.
your ass borrowing money from Jay-Z to pay for your fucking dinner, nigga.
Guys, take the money, please.
That nigga hustled you. Now you in debt to Jay-Z because you went to dinner to that nigga.
Listen, how could you know that you can pay off all of your debt and your bills and be straight, and you choose a fucking funky ass dinner with Jay-Z? If I was your girl, I swear to God, I would cuss you out. I would cuss you out. Probably leave your ass. Cause how could you be this stupid?
I'll tell you what, the niggas thought they was mad insightful, yo.
That's crazy.
You know, niggas thought they was mad insightful. You're like, this is why you should take the meeting with Jay-Z instead of 500K.
That's that.
Y'all niggas was dumb. Y'all niggas was not
shit.
insightful. Y'all niggas need to go to sleep. If y'all niggas just woke, y'all niggas need to take a nap, wake up, and hope you figure some shit out.
And be refreshed. You need a clear mind.
Y'all niggas need to be refreshed. Let's refresh these niggas with a nap, you know?
Yo, that shit was crazy. I saw a dude,
man.
he went in like, okay, I'm like his response was like, okay, everybody be quiet. I'm going to answer this for you. You take the dinner because the information you're going to get is way more important or way more valuable than money. And it'd be like, bro,
nigga,
can you pay your bills with information, my nigga?
I tell you what, that same information he telling you could have spent $20 on a book and got a lot of that information.
Rick Ross got his book in Target.
You could have bought that nigga book.
Look, Rick Ross got his book in Target today.
He got a book in Target? What book
he just put out a book. I think it came out 2 days ago. And he partnered with Target, so it's in Target store. It might be sold out already.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. But you know what? We was talking about 21 Savage tweeted he would like a feature. I would actually enjoy hearing a 21 Savage and Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
Together.
Do you think that is going to happen?
I fucks with. It might happen now that he put that shit in the air.
Yeah. I like when artists do that.
Because Jay-Z hears everything.
Yeah. I like when artists do that.
He's like Oz.
I like when artists put out a list like on social media and be like, hey, these are the artists that I want to work with. Like I saw T-Pain did that recently. Like I like when they do that because they actually link up and put music out. Because imagine being an artist and not knowing that these type of people wanna work with you.
Yeah. Now that you say that, since you said these people been putting out lists, now I'm not sure he's gonna get a Jay-Z verse. Because I personally, I'm not sure about all of y'all. I personally think that 2 Chainz is a better lyricist than 21 Savage.
What 2 Chainz got to do with it?
And the reason why I say that is because 2 Chainz has been saying publicly for years that he's yet to have a Jay-Z verse.
But did he say I have yet to have a song with Jay-Z, or did he say I would love to work with Jay-Z?
I think he said I've yet to have a Jay-Z verse, and I tried to get Jay-Z verses, but he just shitting on me.
Maybe he just ain't that nigga, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say.
But I personally think Jay-Z's gonna pick people that he feels are kind of lyrical, or something. I'm not trying to say 21 Savage is lyrical in his own right. I think, you know, I'm not saying he's trash or anything like that. I fucks with 21 Savage. I just don't. He's not very technical with his delivery and shit like that. Where I think 2 Chainz gets more technical, and I think Jay-Z might just have. This is me, just my assumptions. Just because Jay-Z, I feel, is like the dopest MC ever. I think he appreciates people with more lyricism. You know, though I think he does fuck with 21 Savage. I'm not sure if he's going to be anxious to jump on the track with 21 Savage after I just think about it for a second.
Do you... Okay, so what were we watching the other day? When they were saying, like, these artists work with people that they know, people that they're cool with. So, like, Jay-Z hopped on the Drake track and the Kanye track because they were cool. Versus him hopping on somebody's track that he don't know. I feel like I agree with that. Like, I feel like it's more of situations like that. Like, hey, I'm gonna work with you because I know you. We cool, whatever. We gonna hop on the song together. Versus like, you know, a nigga begging on Twitter to get a verse. To get a verse out of me, like, you know.
Well, I don't think he was begging on
Not
Twitter,
begging, but
you know,
when okay, so not begging, but when you're as big as like Jay-Z, when you're as big as like Jay-Z and Beyonce, and you see people constantly saying like, oh, I would like to work with Jay-Z. I would like to get on a song with Jay-Z. I would feel like it's begging after a minute. Like, all y'all niggas is begging me to get on your song, you know? So I feel like he works with people that he knows, that he's familiar with, that he's cool with, versus these people that are just saying. And then also, a Jay-Z verse is so fucking exclusive. Why would he just hop on a track with anybody? With just anybody,
right.
you know?
I think Jay-Z hops on tracks that he feels he likes the artist, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think well, he might have met Drake through Kanye, because Drake and Kanye was cool at one point.
I think he's cool with Drake.
Fell out. But no, he's been on. Him and Drake have done a couple of songs together.
Yeah,
you know. But I think he fucked with Drake because at one point Jay-Z said, "Yo, I'm looking for the next Jay-Z. He's right now. He's eating a bowl of cereal. You know what I'm saying? Thinking of some lyrics while he's reading the cornflake box or the Frosted Flake box. Some shit along those lines. That's not a verbatim. That's just like a paraphrase or some type of shit. You know what I'm saying? But and I feel like he might think Drake was one of those people, like he feels J. Cole was one of those people.
Okay, so since you said this, I've been seeing the youngins, and by the youngins I mean the young folks on social media saying Drake has surpassed Jay-Z. They're saying who was the other one they compared to Michael Jackson, and I'm like, yo, these kids literally just know names. They don't know like the legacy of these people. They don't know how hard they work. They don't know their catalogs. They just know Jay-Z is number one because everybody I know says that Jay-Z is number one. Obviously, he's done something. He's earned his stripes. These people are really saying that Drake has surpassed Jay-Z. Now, I have a question, right? Now, do you think that there will be a point where someone could surpass these people? Or do you think that because we grew up in that era, or you grew up in that era, you will never think anybody is greater than them?
Now, I think if Drake was more street, I might be able to say he surpassed Jay-Z.
Street? What does street have to do with it?
Because Jay-Z shit was like giving you street knowledge. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just rapping, I sold drugs and this. He was like, I sold drugs. Here's some of the consequences of that. Here's this and that. You know, and I think his content was more relevant to like street shit and street niggas and like the struggling life versus Drake, where like he might have spoke some things in some verses where he had struggles as a youngin', but predominantly the majority of his shit has been like about women and relationships and shit like that. In my opinion, you know.
But do you not think that that's more relatable to this audience rather than people ain't selling crack and shit no more?
No, they're not.
The
But people are still hustling.
Like street life,
people are still. The street life is still there. It still exists.
I'm not going to say
relevant.
the street life doesn't exist. I'm saying that there are people that want in on that type of life, but it's not as present. Like, niggas ain't. Okay, I don't want y'all to misconstrue what I'm, like, misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that the street life does not still exist. I'm not saying that people do not still struggle. But compared to back in the day, people ain't struggling how they used to struggle. So I think that Drake is seen as a big artist to his audience because he can relate to a big group of people. And the street life, like when you say you feel like if he was more hood, he's just not a hood person. So do you think that like if he's not like, can you only compare somebody to Jay-Z only if they're hood? Or are you just looking at talent, period?
No, I'm looking at the history of hip hop and kind of how it like came from the gutter. You know, it's like came from the gutter and rose to the top. It kind of told you a story of coming through the gutter and rising to the top. I don't really feel like I've heard Drake's story. I just heard like I've heard him rapped about women and relationships. I don't feel like I've heard his story of him.
That's fair.
That's
you know what? I feel like he tells his story.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Drake, the bare minimum that you can take from it is Drake is an emotional person. He connects with people, et cetera, but it doesn't work out, his love life, you know? But I feel like he tells his story. I feel like he definitely says in his lyrics that, like, you know, like, basically, like, y'all niggas think I'm soft, but I don't play on that because I'm the breadwinner. I got niggas to do that for me type shit. But I'm wondering, I'm just saying, like, do you, for you to compare somebody to Jay-Z, is it about sales? Is it about talent? Or is it do they strictly have to be somebody that came from the bottom on up?
I think
is this a biased opinion because that's the era that you grew up in? Because I'm not, and again, I'm not saying that kids nowadays or guys nowadays aren't struggling and they don't know struggle. I'm just saying that same struggle that Jay-Z went through it's not, I don't want to say it's not common, because niggas is selling drugs and all types of shit nowadays still too, but I don't know.
Right. And
so how are you comparing them?
I'm comparing it from, so both of them started from the bottom and now they're here, right? But Jay-Z's start from the bottom was actually like, okay, I'm going all the way through the gutter and figuring out a way out of the gutter to some legal shit. And I feel like Drake's shit has always been through legal means. Like his shit was like his first, like he started making money off of being in a TV show, Degrassi.
Okay, so there's struggle ain't the same, pretty much.
Yes and no.
Like one of them already had it from a young age because he was acting, he was making money. Jay-Z literally had to figure that out and finesse his way up out of that type shit.
Yes and no, because I'm not trying to downplay, because getting to that point where he can actually have a role in Degrassi is an accomplishment in itself, and that's not some easy feat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to downplay that. You know, I'm just, I can relate more to a Jay-Z tale than I can a Drake tale. Even though I've dealt with women and had heartbreak and going through relationships and shit like that, I don't think, even though that kind of helped mold me, that didn't help create my backbone as a man. You know?
So that's what I was asking you initially. So like, do you think that anybody can surpass Jay-Z? Like, do you think that it's possible for anyone to surpass him? Or do you not think that it's possible because you are biased, because you grew up in that era and you can relate to Jay-Z?
No, I think at some point somebody will surpass Jay-Z at some point. I just don't think it's Drake yet. You know,
I can agree with that. I don't think it's Drake yet either. Right. I think they ahead of themselves. These kids don't know nothing about Jay-Z.
Yeah, I think a lot of them just heard his name and haven't really listened to him. Right. I can tell you what, my son, he loves hip hop. I turned on like Music Choice on my cable today, right? I haven't listened to watched my cable in forever. I turned on Music Choice, just let it play some hip hop and R&B, current hip hop and R&B. He started singing mad songs. I've never heard him listen to Jay-Z other than when I played Jay-Z. You know, like a lot of the shit I've listened to, I listened to growing up. He doesn't even give a fuck about going back and saying, you know what, I want to listen to the history of hip hop. He doesn't care about the history of hip hop. All he cares about is the shit that he likes right now. He's like, yo, that shit sounds old. It doesn't sound like the shit I'm listening to. You know, because my era is the era of like the boom bap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Have you tried to get him into that?
I've tried. The only time he listens to it is on long car drives when he has no choice. And I'm like, you know what? No, you're not getting the aux cable.
Okay.
I don't want to hear this shit you're listening to. This nigga asked, said, yo, Dad, he said, oh, you got Spotify open? Pull us up. Pull up Yeet. Yeet. I'm like, who? He's like, Yeet, Young Yeet or some shit like that, right? And he's like, yo, you're not going to understand it, but the shit is all right, Joe. He's like, yo, the shit is hard. I'm like, yo, I'm listening to this shit. And yo, I try not to like just strict. I try not to be that person that says, you know what? This isn't the hip hop I'm used to. This is trash. Yeah. So I try to listen to it, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, yo. And like, I'm really trying to listen to it and understand it. And I'm like, yo.
Agreed.
What the fuck are you listening to?
Yeah.
Why do you like this? I feel like to me the beat was so simple. The beat was so plain. It was nothing special
and
to it.
And niggas wasn't saying
me.
Nothing on top of that plain.
Yeah, it wasn't anything special at all.
I think sometimes, you know how you say like how people say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, or
I try to learn new tricks.
People in other eras aren't as open.
I still want to do a backflip.
So I feel like it's crazy. So for people born before me, I feel like for people born before me, they are, you know, they like you, Khary, like you are into hip hop, New York hip hop, like you're really into that type of stuff. Me, I was born in the 90s. So I'm like, I feel like I'm in the middle of like the old school and this new generation shit, you know? And like a part of me be like, okay, you know, I can see why y'all dance to this. But they ain't saying shit, you know? Like the 1990s me, growing up in the 90s me, it's like, these people ain't talking about shit. What are y'all listening to? This is trash. I turn my radio off every fucking day with this garbage ass music that they putting out, right? Mm-hmm. And it's so crazy to just be in the middle. Like, I literally feel like people born in the 90s are really in the middle of what they call it, the Gen Z. This new generation, the millennials or whatever you call it. I think it's Gen Z. Mm-hmm. Gen Z and the older people before us, I feel like I'm in the middle. And it's like, I remember when music made you feel a way. Like R&B, rap music, when hip hop, like when things made you feel a way. The lyrics meant something to you. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember listening to certain songs because I only know most of this music because my parents, of course, you know, playing it growing up. And it's like, until I got older and the music really resonated to me, I couldn't really, like, I knew every word. It didn't make me feel a way yet, you know? Mm-hmm. But now that I'm older, like, listening to Lauryn Hill, I know y'all gonna get on me, but R. Kelly, you know? you know, the love-making music, 112, like, all of these people, like, listening to the songs now is now when I'm grown, that I'm like, oh shit, this song hit different. Even though I been knew all the words to it, it hits different. Now listening to this new music, it's like, this shit don't make me feel a way. Maybe it's catchy, you know, make you want to dance or some shit, but they ain't talking about shit. So I recognize me just being stubborn as well. Like me being stubborn and like, nah, that ain't what I'm used to. I was born in the 90s where, you know, where I'm familiar with this. Y'all new age shit, I don't understand it. So it'd be crazy because I feel myself like stuck, like, damn, I don't want to give none of this new shit a chance because it don't make no sense to me. But at the same time, I don't want to be somebody that can't really evolve because I'm stuck in my own era. But I can't help it because honestly, they ain't talking about shit to me. So I feel you. I feel you on the Jay-Z tip.
Got you. Cheryl Mara over here in the chat says, yo, you're right, Tati. The music young people listen to now is pure trash.
Garbage.
She says she do like Drake, though. I do like Drake.
Basura. I like Drake, too.
You know what? I fucks with Drake, and I think I said before, this is actually the first Drake album I listened to first thing in the morning and said, you know what? I want to listen to this album.
The new one?
Yeah.
Really?
You know? Now, I've listened to
all songs you been listening to?
No, I'm talking about when it first came out. This is the first
Oh, okay.
album. I was like, I'm gonna listen to Drake album when it drops. You know,
Okay.
I've listened to his albums before, but it's never been like, you know what? I want to see what he does. You know,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see what he did because of the title on the album, Certified Lover Boy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that was the title.
Again, so
You know,
if
I don't
you
know why that
look
was
it
the
up, let me go to my Apple Music now because I keep referencing to this and I haven't actually pulled it up to read it to you word by word.
Mm-hmm.
But Certified Lover Boy was a combination. This is the description of it. A combination of toxic masculinity and acceptance of truth, which is inevitably heartbreaking. So if you listen to the album, yes, he talks about women. Yes, he talks about money. Yes, he talks about being too sexy. Yes, he talks about all this shit. He talks about Kanye. He references to Swiss Beats. But if you listen to it, this whole album is toxic masculinity, which is why he has people like Future on the track. The girls like girls. Oh, you like girls? Me
like that
too.
song.
Oh, you a lesbian? Me too. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that's some toxic shit to say to a woman that like women. That's like that's like, oh, you sure you gay? Let me make sure you gay. How you gay and you ain't never tried men, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole album is based on some toxic masculinity. Even when he references like him being in love or not being in love, I feel like in this album, the girl, you know how he used to make songs and actually name the girls
Mm-hmm.
that he used to deal with and the strippers that he used to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in this album, he goes back to that and be like, oh, I thought I was in love, but I wasn't. Like, I was just infatuated. It was just
Infatuated.
What did I say?
A bunch of different things that wasn't
It's the
infatuated.
crown, y'all.
Okay,
My bad.
No.
It's the crown. My bad,
Okay,
y'all.
okay. To throw
Infatuated.
to throw you some bail. I actually wrote a song. The only reason I know this is because one time I wrote a song and I call it Infatuated. That's what I call it.
I mean, I know what the word is.
No, I know what the
just
word
fucked it
means.
up.
I know what the word means. I just didn't actually know how to spell it or pronounce it. So I made a song called Infatuated. I hooked up with this dude that knew how to sing. This nigga was dope. This nigga was singing. And he sang the hook, right? And he sang the hook and he was singing the shit. And I'm like, yo, the name of this is Infatuated. This nigga said, actually, it's Infatuated. And this nigga spelled it out for me like a spelling bee. And he was like, this is how you spell it. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know how to say the word. I'm saying it's the liquor. It's okay. But I was just saying, like, if you listen to the album, like if you go back and you really listen to the songs, and I only know this because I listened to it so many times. So, cause like when I listen to things, it's a purpose. Like I want to know why you created. I'm not just listening to music just to hear if this was better than Kanye. I'm not just listening to it.
Yeah, I didn't listen to it for that.
Yeah, I'm not just listening to it to see if I like it. I want to know, like, why did he write it? What is he writing all of these songs about? What is the
that was actually
the main topic of the album?
Okay.
What is this for?
So that was one of when also to go back to the has Drake surpassed Jay-Z.
Mhm.
That's also one of like the defining factors for me. Like
Writing?
Like what he's writing about, you know? I felt like the shit Jay-Z was writing about was based off of his real life. I'm not sure how much of this is based off of his real life versus just stories he's telling that he's making up as he goes along, you know? And that because of the type of subject matter that it is and what he's talking about and shit like that, you know what I mean? So like, and I just take that back to, I feel like he's more of a rapper like in the vein of a LL Cool J. Ladies Love Cool J that's what that stood for, right? And a lot of his music was geared towards women and talking about love and relationships or just talking to women and shit like that. Like Around the Way Girl was a dope song, but was he living that? The nigga was damn near married at that point and shit like that and things like that. You know what I'm saying? And even though I thought he was a dope MC, a lot of times I felt like it was just stories that he was making up as he went along. It wasn't necessarily based off of his real life and shit that he was actually dealing with.
I mean, there's no real way to know for sure, but
there isn't.
I feel like again, this album, I think because I like Drake. I'm a Drake fan. I ain't gonna cap. So I've listened to Take Care, I've listened to Views, I've listened to Scorpion, I've listened to all these albums, and again I'm listening to know, I want to know why you put this album out, because nobody just puts the album out with a bunch of songs, a bunch of singles on it just to make us dance, feel good. Yes, it's for that too. They're putting it out with a general message. So it's like when you listen to all of these, what is the vibe that you get from it? So before, we used to think when Drake first came out, a lot of people just thought that he was corny. A lot of people thought that he was a lover boy, like he's falling in love with all these women, and he says it like in the song that he had with Young Blue, like what's his name, the one that come on the damn radio every 5 seconds. I'm
not sure, I only listen to my phone.
So you know what song I'm talking about.
I don't be knowing the name of songs nowadays. I be knowing what they sound like.
Song where I think something he said was something about my friends knew that you wasn't, I was doing all of this for you, but my friends knew, I forget. So it's just like, it's when you look at the evolution of Drake, it's like, okay, he went from a corny ass actor to a corny ass nigga where nobody really took him serious, but then people took him serious because his writing was on point. Then he went from that to a lover boy. So I'm falling in love with all these strippers. I'm falling in love with all these people. I'm in touch with my emotions. I'm emotional.
And now he got niggas putting hearts in their fucking heads.
Well, to now being like, I feel like when Drake, I'm gonna be honest with you, okay? When Drake got his beard, I feel like Drake went from like the corny ass nigga to I'm in touch with myself. I'm in tune with myself. Like, yes, I am in my feelings, but I'm gonna own that. And I feel like this album was like, you know, when you fall in love and you fall in love and you fall in love and it don't work out, and now you not bitter, but you a little petty and you got a little wall built up. It's like, all right, I fell in love, but I was fucking with y'all for all the wrong reasons, just like you was fucking with me for all the wrong reasons. I paid your bills and put you through school and shit, but that's because you was doing what? You know, like the toxic masculinity, the future shit, you know? Like so I don't know. I feel like this album was like something to show that, like,
what's the future shit?
Future is the toxic. Everybody think of him as like the toxic.
So when you say future, that just pretty much means toxic. Okay.
Yeah, it's a synonym.
Got you.
But
look at the big words being used here. Synonym.
That ain't even a big word.
Look, check it out. That's
not a big word.
3 syllables. More than 2 syllables is a big word.
It just means 2 words that
I'm saying more than 2 syllables is a big word.
Oh, okay. So expeditiously.
That's a very big word.
None of y'all motherfuckers knew what that word meant before T.I. used it. I'm gonna put that out there. Now all of y'all want to be like expeditiously.
Don't ask me why I'm clapping to count syllables. That's how they taught me in 2nd grade. That's how they taught me in 2nd grade.
Going back, Wayne said Drake has a son now too. Yeah. So I just to wrap everything up, I just feel like if you really pay attention to Drake, you'll see like he went from in my feelings to bitch, I'm not in my feelings. I'm about this money shit. Fuck you, fuck these feelings. I'ma still do shit. Like not like fuck you, but I'ma still put y'all through school and pay your bills and shit. But I'm not in love with y'all. I'm not in touch with my emotions. I like this money shit. I'm focused on my son. You know?
Got you.
I don't know. Anyway, that was a long conversation.
Yeah, that was a long conversation about if he surpassed Jay-Z. But you know, let's we gonna wrap that up. Let's move on. Okay, we mentioned 2 things in there. We mentioned we mentioned Rick Ross having a book, so we can go on to a book topic, or we can we also mentioned something about lesbians, so we can go into a lesbian topic.
Or you?
I'm not sure. Somebody, one of the two of us mentioned lesbians in this conversation. Where do we want to go? Do we want to go?
It don't matter. I'm following your lead.
Do we want to go the lesbian direction?
I'm following your lead. Wherever you want to go.
All right, chat. Lesbian direction or book direction? Which direction should we go? Left or right?
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I don't know much about Rick Ross's book. I don't even know the title of it. I just know it came out. I know some people were talking about it. I know I saw him post that it's in Target. That's about all that I know. I know that Wingstop is terrible.
Yeah, we had Wingstop. We had Wingstop the other day. And yeah, I took like, I'm not even gonna talk bad about it. It's a black.
You didn't have to talk bad. It's a real honest light. It's a real review. Like if the food's not good, the food's not good. That ain't.
I don't
bad.
like fried chicken that tastes like fried chicken. Okay.
Wait a minute. What that mean?
That means I don't want to bite chicken and taste grease.
Okay.
You know? So
that's what you tasted when you
it tasted very greasy to me. You know, I'm like, yo, how these little ass wings this greasy?
For me, the sauce wasn't the best.
What kind you had?
What did I have? I had lemon pepper and I had some Asian something.
Okay, I had lemon pepper and it tasted like they just sprinkled lemon pepper. Like the lemon pepper you could buy out of the grocery store. It kind of tasted like you could buy that lemon pepper and just shook it on there like salt and pepper, you know, and it was just very friedly, you know. But okay, so it looks like we got to go the lesbian direction, you know. All right, I guess we're gonna go the lesbian direction. Even though it's not really, you know, let me stop saying that word too many times. I don't know how YouTube's algorithms be working on shit. Ah, damn, my drink is gone. I need to pour me. Should I take another shot? I don't feel like I should take another shot, but I kind of want to. But I'm not. Kimmy says she never had it. She never had Wingstop. All right, I'll give you a piece of advice. Don't. Maybe I might be biased, you know. I went to this spot out here in Tampa called Dunn's River. You know, Smoke of Words used to be at Dunn's River. And I had some lemon pepper wings from Dunn's River in Tampa. And I was like, oh my God, these are the best lemon pepper wings ever, you know? And they weren't dry. They didn't just feel like fried chicken with salt and pepper sprinkled on it or lemon pepper sprinkled on it. These were wet. These were juicy. I was like, you know? But okay, we're supposed to be going the lesbian direction. I know I just started going on and on and shit about shit that didn't even fucking matter. But you know what? All right. Okay, how I'm relating what we was talking about when we mentioned lesbians, it's kind of like a whole like callback. That's like not actually in the manner of callback-ish type of things, but I'm kind of forcing that shit.
Huh? Okay, go ahead.
Okay. The homie Alex earlier, you know, he posted some shit. We in this.
Naming names.
We got this little chat we got going on. You know what I'm saying? We got a little group chat we got going on. People I grew up with and shit like that. It's my homie Alex. I grew up with him. He lived in my hood and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say my block, but I decided to say my hood because that just sounded a whole lot tougher. But you know what I'm saying? We grew up in the same neighborhood, you know? He lived in a couple buildings away from me. But he posted some shit today. And the shit that he posted puzzled me at first. It puzzled me at first. The shit said, if a stud dates a gay man, is that a gay couple or is that a straight couple? What's going on?
Now let me ask you something. There's a important part that I
He posted a link with some pictures too.
Okay, so what I need to know is who is putting these labels on these people. So the gay man, did he say that he's gay or did he say that he was bisexual? Now the stud I'm not really worried about because some studs go back and forth. Some studs will, some women that like to be masculine will call themselves studs and later on mess with dudes. That's nothing uncommon. But who put the label on the gay dude? Who said he was gay? Maybe he was bisexual and everybody just thought he was gay. And I don't, so I'm not a person for labels either. I feel like if they change their mind, they change their mind and they want to be together. But who put these labels on these people?
I think they might have with the pictures they shared.
No.
You know? Okay.
So so if you see a dude, maybe he's bisexual, and y'all have never seen him with a woman, but you've seen him in a relationship with a man, so y'all just labeled him as gay, and now you seeing him in a relationship with a woman and a stud at that. Now you confused. But who said, did he outwardly say that he was gay, or did he say he was bisexual, or did he not say anything? Did y'all just see him with a man before and you just assumed that he was just gay and not bisexual?
I think they went with that because they was sharing pictures kind of like this. I'm not gonna put their faces on there, but that's the dude that's being held up. The stud is holding the guy up. The stud is holding the gay man
Wait
up.
1 minute. Wait one goddamn it second. Hold up, Khary. Wait a minute, because I was just like, wait a minute. I was just like, well, what was the point of showing a picture if you wasn't going to show their face? And then you're like, oh, it's the girl holding the dude up. I'm like,
okay, let me leave it open.
I don't know, y'all. Maybe this is one of these non-binary situations. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. So
okay, all right, you ready? Let's
Lord
see.
have mercy.
I'm not. You might not be ready. You might not be ready. You ready? Okay. The dude got on the heels.
And you ain't showing their face, so I really can't see what their face look like. What, you know these people personally?
No,
Why
I
you not
don't.
showing their face?
Somebody shared this post to me, and I don't know these people. You know what I'm saying?
So show us their face. I want to see.
You know, you know. So, and that's how this topic came up. You know, because the nigga asked me, he was like, "Yo,
hey." I want to hear what the chat got to say. I wasn't ready. Look, I wasn't ready.
You wasn't ready. Look at the chat. Look at the chat. Yo, let's see.
Kimmy said, now your thought process changing, huh? Listen, let me tell y'all something. So I've always dated. In high school, I've dated women. And because I was with my daughter's dad for so long, people just thought I was straight. They didn't even know that I used to date women as well. I almost forgot, honestly. But I've always been attracted to women. Again, I just never put labels on things. So I didn't really start labeling myself bisexual until people started saying, oh, well, you like men and women, you're bisexual. So it's like for me, with the... I see. So for me, with the LGBTQ community... Mm-hmm. I am learning just like everyone else, the difference between trans and non-binary and the you know, just what people like to go by, all of that type of stuff. So I'm learning too. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to offend anybody.
Right now,
but this is pretty confusing to me, but I just chalk it up to they like each other. But I'm not sure. I don't want to, I'm not sure, y'all. You lost me. And
that's why that question was posed in the chat. It wasn't like, you know, it wasn't just like a random question that was thrown out there. It was because somebody saw these pictures and they was like, you know what would this be labeled as? Maybe would this be labeled as a non-binary? Maybe, I don't know.
Non-binary, from my understanding, is people that listen. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I honestly don't know. you lost me. And then you knew what you was doing by not showing their faces. Cause I was like, okay.
No.
Look, wait. I was like, okay, maybe they just like each other.
I don't know these people.
Until you showed me, until you said, okay, the girl is the one holding the dude up. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? I don't want to put a label on it. I don't know. I'm not sure. You hear me stuttering? Look.
It is actually a There's actually a picture where, like, I don't know. This seems like a picture. This seems like a pose my girl would do in the mirror rather than me. This doesn't seem like a manly. I don't know. I don't know anymore.
I don't know either. You know? I just, people like what they like. God damn it. I don't know.
But it do look like one of your homegirls in the back. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know?
I'm not sure, Khary.
I don't know. I think she called me frowsy one time.
Who called you frowsy?
One of your friends.
She didn't call you frowsy. She called you frumpy.
Something with a motherfucking F.
She called you frumpy. That's what she called you. Your frumpy ass. Yep, that was it. Disheveled ass. That's what she said.
Okay, so we don't know what we would classify, even though we shouldn't be classifying shit. You know, but
yeah, I'm gonna mind my business because
we gonna mind our business on that one.
My name Bennett.
You know, but I told my response to him was like, even though it may seem unorthodox, that's a straight couple, right?
I don't want to put no labels on it because what if they're together and then what if they're together, they decide they want to break up and they go back to their respective corners.
Now, okay,
that's why I don't put labels on things.
Have you ever seen the movie Pat? It's Pat.
No.
You never seen Pat? You ever seen the Saturday Night Live skits of Pat?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have to show you it. You're not gonna understand it. Okay, for those of y'all that have seen the show,
wait. Pat, is that the badass boy?
No, that's the there's a person named Pat, right? And like the joke on Saturday Night Live, they don't do it no more because I guess of the times that we're in. But the joke on Saturday Night Live was that nobody knew whether Pat was a man or a woman. You know, because Pat had a shape that you couldn't really say if that was a man or a woman. Had a haircut, you couldn't really say whether that was a man or a woman. Had a voice that was like, you know what, I really can't say whether that's a man or a woman. She never referred to whether she liked men or women. You know,
I think I did.
Or they got into a relationship.
Yeah, and they were like, whatever you are.
Yeah, Pat got into a relationship with a person that you really couldn't tell whether they was a man or a woman, you know? So like the whole skit that went on for skit after skit after skit was, we're gonna feed this to you and we're just gonna keep you wondering whether this is a man or a woman.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember that skit now that you say that. I remember her being at a birthday party or some shit. Yeah, and they're like, yeah, with your boyfriend?
They're like, my boyfriend? And then would give some excuse that made sense or why you would wonder whether that's a boyfriend or not.
Right,
you know?
And then she'll say some shit that make you feel like you don't know.
Yeah, like you're a fucking idiot for asking whether that's my boyfriend.
I know what you're talking about.
You know? I can't even figure out a way to say some shit like that. Because I would just be like, hell the fuck nah, nigga. You know? But yeah, that's kind of that's kind of how, I guess how that, I don't know.
I'm mind my business on that one, Khary. You ain't gonna have
Mama business. Okay, let's jump to the book. Let's jump to the book. You said Rick Ross had a book, but guess what? Alicia Keys is writing a graphic novel called Girl on Fire.
Okay.
some news I read today. Would that be a book you would read? Yay or nay?
Depending on what it's about.
Now, me personally, I said to myself, you know what? I probably wouldn't read that book. Why? I don't really read novels. I don't read novels very much.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's marketed.
Oh shit! What happened?
Hello.
Okay, you back.
Oh, okay. It doesn't sound like it's marketed towards you either, but not saying men can't read books about women, but
yeah, I think it would be very helpful for
I
men
saw
to
she
read
actually
books about
just
women.
put out a song with Sway Lee.
Did she?
Yeah, like I just read that today with Sway Lee. I didn't know she had a book, but it depends on what the book is about, honestly. Like
now what she's making is it's not just a book. It's a graphic novel. You know, it's more like a comic book, like a long form comic book. You know, so it's kind of like I guess the best way I would probably be able to describe it is other than being a comic book to which people might be able to kind of refer to would be it's anime but in book form.
Kai says she's milking this girl on fire like crazy. I agree, but okay, so let me say this. When I read books, I used to always read books. I'm more into fiction. Mm-hmm. And if it's so like Rick Ross came out with a book supposedly dropping some gems about business. If it was somebody that I was very interested in, Rick Ross, I'm not too interested in his business advice. Nothing towards, you know, no, I don't know. I don't have nothing against Rick Ross. I'm just not interested in his book. But I read shit like Sister Soldier and Carl Weber and you know, people like that. I like books like that. I like fiction stuff. So I love anime. Let me start there. I love anime. I love to watch anime. I don't know about reading anime and from Alicia Keys. I'm not sure about that.
But Hey.
I'm not knocking it though.
No, wait.
I'm just saying I'm not very interested in it until I see more and learn more.
It's a graphic novel. So it's not going to be like those books that had pictures. You know, where it was like 10 pages of reading and then, ooh, look at the illustration that we spoke about 20 pages ago. It's going to be like more like a comic book. To where
I know
it's
what
like,
you're saying.
You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought you were saying. I'm not very.
And the reason why, and the reason why I said it like that was because you pretty much read anime.
Okay, but let me tell you the difference. I'm not interested. One is the source. Let's start here. So, and I'm not saying that it's gonna be bad. I'm not saying that none of that. I'm just saying that for me to be interested in things, to actually go buy it and read it, I have to be interested in the source. I want to know what it's about. I would have to be interested in the storyline, etc., etc. I like to watch anime. Yes, I read subtitles. You're comparing the subtitles to the comics.
Could I look at it?
But that's different because I read the subtitles.
So it's like not to cut you off. Anime is a graphic novel. Anime in America for anime purists that only watch anime with the subtitles. It's like a graphic novel where the pages are turning for you.
It's different though. You don't even watch anime. It's different though.
I don't want to watch a graphic novel.
No, and that's not what it is. That's why you don't get it. But it's different. Like, yes, you feel like it's similar because I'm reading the words, I'm reading the subtitles. But what I like about anime is that You get different feelings from hearing their voice and the way that they say things, the expressions and the way that they say things in their language, the way that the body movements and all of that. So I like to hear the words also because I learned some of the words by hearing them. You hear certain words over and over and over in another language, you know what it is. Don't start that bullshit, Khary. You so damn disrespectful, bro. But
no, that's a word I've heard before at some point in anime.
Khary, stop.
I bet you.
So you think it's similar because I'm reading subtitles and you feel like I will still be seeing pictures and reading words. It's way different. It's so much different. And the reason I read the subtitles is because we were talking about this the other day. The reason I read the subtitles is because I keep it in its original language because you can hear how they wanted it to sound, how the voices that they wanted the characters to have, right? When you switch it to English, when you switch the language to English, the words do not, for some reason, excuse me, y'all, I'm so sorry. For some reason, the words, nobody heard that. When you read the words, they translate into what they want you. It translates into what they're. It's close to what they're saying as possible. When you translate Japanese to English, because we have different slang, we have different ways of saying things. What the slogans that they use in English aren't the same as they are. It's not the same in Japanese.
I understand that.
So, and then the voices are completely different. So you'll see a character that is a boy, but he has a feminine way about him, and he may have pink hair. He may also dress like a girl, but it's a boy with a high pitch or a voice or something, or you know, like the voice may just be a male voice. It may not be deep, but you can still tell that it's a male. And the reason you know that it's a male and that you can see what their demeanor is because you hear the voice and you see when you translate that to English, it's a girl's voice. It's a very high pitched voice. So when I go from one to the other, it don't sound like this. It doesn't sound the same. And then the translation is so damn boring for the storyline. I don't even want to hear it in English. I want to watch it in its original language and just read the subtitles. But that's not the same as a fucking comic book, bro, by Alicia Keys. I don't want to read anime by Alicia Keys. I'm sorry. But I am curious as to what the storyline is.
Yeah, I would be interested in what the storyline is.
Yes.
But I think the reason why I would rather have anime with or should I say subbed anime is maybe it's because of the era I came up in, you know? And I came up in an era where on Sunday afternoons there was kung fu movies on TV, you know? And this was at a time before subtitles existed. You know, so there wasn't no subtitles. So if you wanted to watch a foreign movie on TV, it was going to be dubbed, you know? And this is where the whole like kung fu movie dubbed, people acting like the shit they saying is dubbed came into play. Like you might see people do jokes every now and then where they'll be like, oh, I'm talking like a kung fu movie.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
And that's how the kung fu, you know? They'd be like, oh, you want to fuck with me.
Not that you're breaking up on my actual screen. What the hell?
And that's how the shit would be. So I guess I guess maybe for me, the dub is kind of like a little bit of nostalgia, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I enjoy watching anime in its original form because, again, like you were saying, just from watching it, even reading it in English, because again, even though it's translated for me to read as closely as possible, and then the actual speaking is different, you still get a certain like storyline from what you're seeing rather than from what you're reading. the reading just further enforces what you're seeing for me.
I get it.
So,
and
tell me what's the storyline of Girl on Fire? I don't want to hear no damn cliche shit either. And I like anime because anime is also spiritual. Like, they will whoop a nigga ass and tell you exactly why they did it, and the ancestors helped them do it.
What was the shit you was watching the other day? That shit is crazy to me.
The 7 Deadly Sins.
Yo,
I love that show.
I'll be walking in, and that shit be on, and I don't know, but for whatever reason, whenever I walk in and that shit is on, it's like there's a fight scene, and then all of a sudden a giant pig is there, and I'm like, what?
It's 7 Deadly Sins on Netflix.
What the fuck is this pig? Yo, this shit is weird as hell.
That pig be whooping their ass.
Yo, and it's like, it's trying to be a cute pig, but it's trying to be a cute pig that can kind of be intimidating, so it's bigger than everybody else, but it's still like a cute pig, and I kind of feel like it has a bow tie. I don't know why.
The pig is like an underdog, and if you pay, like, and then also in the Asian culture, animals are totems. Like, they're like, you know, they mean something. Different animals have spiritual totems and shit too. So that's what I like about anime, because anime, I mean, like, Asian culture is very spiritual as well. So they'll explain exactly why they have to do certain poses and all of this other stuff, because it, you know, the spiritual meaning behind it. And then also, I like the fight scenes. When they whooping a nigga ass, they gonna whoop your ass and tell you exactly why they doing it. They gonna tell you exactly how they did it, even though you don't understand. And it be some respectful shit, like, I wasn't even trying to fight you, but I gotta whoop your ass because you ain't gonna stop. You know? Now, like, I love anime.
You had some shit on the other day where I kind of walked in and the nigga just, like, killed somebody, right? Or I think it might have been the girl that killed somebody. Like, okay,
if you talk about the scene you talking about,
like
that wasn't even a girl.
She chopped the nigga, she killed the nigga, and that's when she realized everybody was dead. She was just like,
But guess what? Plot twister. That wasn't even a girl. That was a spiritual being.
See? And you know
that wait. And this is why I say it's very big on spirituality. That was like a spiritual being. So like a deity. That was like a god, a goddess figure that took the form of a girl's body. So he was like born thousands of years ago, and he had to come back and fight this fight, and he just took the form of this girl. Like, he took this girl's body
and
to fight.
You know what the problem with that with me is? I would have never seen any of that because I would have been too busy reading what the fuck they just said.
See, and okay, so let me say this.
I read pretty fast. I think I read pretty fast. I try to be a speed reader. There was like commercials back in the days when motherfuckers was like reading books like.
So let me say this. I don't like watching shit with people that can't read. I feel like if you can't read subtitles, and I know a few of y'all gonna get offended, but if you can't read subtitles and watch a show at the same time, you can't read. That mean the subtitles going too fast for you to see what the fuck's going on.
I grew up without subtitles, so I grew up actually.
I grew up without subtitles too.
Let me finish. I grew up actually observing the whole scene, looking at all the pictures. You know, my generation noticed the Starbucks cup on the table in Game of Thrones. Your generation was too busy reading motherfucking subtitles.
No. I won't even say that. I won't say that. But I would say, and who said this in the chat? Kimmy. Their spirit, a pig does have it is a spiritual totem. Look it up. Every animal has like a different meaning or symbolism or whatever you want to call it. But I didn't grow up reading subtitles either. We didn't even have subtitles when the fuck I grew up. There was no option to turn a subtitle on. Subtitles came out like I want
2000s.
subtitles came out maybe like 6-7 years ago for me, and I wasn't even watching it. I wasn't using subtitles all the time then. I just started using subtitles when I was watching shit and I couldn't hear what was going on. So I was like reading, and you see. So mine is like I can't hear, so I want to read it and see it.
I think that's why subtitles bother me, because I've always been the person that just turns my volume very loud. If I can't hear it, I'm turning it up.
And you know what, too? For a long time, I didn't watch TV. Like when I was a teen and stuff, I didn't watch TV. I was always on punishment. I didn't watch TV, so I read a lot. So for me, reading that kind of keeps me in that little bag. But like subtitles didn't exist for me until recently. I didn't grow up with subtitles. We were still I don't want to say TV went off at a certain time, but we ain't have subtitles.
I don't know how this graphic novel turned into subtitles, but
because we were talking about your Alicia Keys and her anime being her comic book being the same as anime, which it's not. It's not. But I will listen out for I will listen for the storyline of her graphic novel. I can't guarantee I'm gonna want to read it. I don't want to read it, but
watch this bullshit, y'all. Anime is just a flip book for a graphic novel. That was some bullshit.
I don't like people that speak bad on anime that don't watch anime.
I like anime. I think
you don't watch anime.
Wait, one of the first animes I've ever watched was Go-Go 13. You know, one of my homeboys, rest in peace, Jason. He put me on to this shit back in the days called Go-Go 13. That was one of the first animes that I've ever watched. You know, and I was hooked. I liked them from that. But
I've seen you watching cartoons, grown ass cartoons for grown people, like some Adult Swim shit. But that's not anime.
Go-Go 13 was one of the first animes.
I'm not talking about Go-Go 13. I'm talking about that show that you like to watch. That's like a cartoon for grown people.
It's Archer. That's that shit, real.
That wasn't Archer that you were watching. You were watching something else.
I don't know, I might just be pulling some shit up sometimes.
Yeah.
This was like one of the covers for Go-Go 13. That shit came from like
I'm not saying that that's not anime.
No, but that was like one of the first animes I ever watched.
Y'all, I be trying to get Khary to watch anime with me, and he goes to sleep or he just does not pay attention. Khary has ADHD. I have personally diagnosed him. Khary cannot sit in one spot without getting up and doing shit and fall. Okay, listen, let me tell you this. If it's something that he's interested in, he's gonna stay up and he's gonna watch it. If it's something that he's not really interested in, he don't know nothing about, and you trying to convince him to watch it, he's gonna go to sleep. Or he's gonna get up and do everything in the fucking world but sit his ass down and watch the shit. He can't sit in one spot for too long. Can't sit in. Have you ever seen somebody sit down for 5 minutes and get up and do something and sit down and get back up and do something? And that's Khary.
So far, I've been sitting here for 1 hour and 41
That's because
minutes.
This is something that you want to do. This is something that you're interested in, that you want to do. But I've been trying to get Khary to watch anime, and he just will not give it a chance. He'll look at it, laugh at it. He'll mock it and ching ching chong and shit while we watching the anime.
I won't ching ching chong that shit.
Khary, you did the shit as soon as we said the word anime.
No, I didn't ching ching chong it.
You ain't say ching ching chong, but you made up some words.
It's something I've heard on anime. And
you made up some words.
Something I've heard or something they would shout when they about to stab somebody.
Y'all listen.
Like, oh gee, God.
See, you know? Those are made up words.
That's what they be saying. They be like, that's the sound they make, and then they right before they go.
So Khary never gives anime a chance. He either goes to sleep or he makes an excuse to go smoke, or he get up to go do 50 million other different things.
Shot, like that.
And then I'll be trying to watch it and read the damn subtitles, and his ass be like, "Hiya, cha, ching ching chong."
Yeah, see, you lying.
I'm like, Khary,
I don't be doing.
Be quiet, bro.
I don't be doing that.
Trying to hear the storyline. I'm trying to watch. I'm trying to read the storyline.
I don't be doing that. I don't be doing no high G shots. I don't be doing that shit. Guy, you wildin' with that one. I don't be doing that shit. Let's move on. Let's move on. Real quick. Tati did not sign up for football this fantasy football season.
Oh, you're right. I didn't.
You know, but we got a fantasy football league going on. We got 10 teams in the league. You know, we had our draft on Wednesday night. Last night was the first game of the season. And actually, I'm actually now matched up against Naptown Soldiers.
Say what? Oh, you talking about your fantasy football?
Yeah.
I thought you was talking about the Bucks winning last night. What? Wait a minute.
And check it out. I got.
Why 19, are we talking about anything before that?
Wait. I got 19 points right now in my fantasy football league on my matchup this weekend against the Naptown Soldiers. The Naptown Soldiers is actually Sean that be over here in the chat. You know what I'm saying?
Who is that?
Sean that be in the chat over here.
Okay.
You know, he's
Naptown Soldier?
The Naptown Soldiers. I'm playing against his team this week. We had our draft. You know, I got a C- in the draft, but I bet my team bust ass this year. And currently I am winning 19-0 because I have 2 players on my team from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you know. I have C. Godwin, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So wait a minute. Let me make sure I understand what fantasy football is. So these are hypothetical teams.
Hypothetical teams
that you guys basically do all the things that they do in the real NFL.
Yes and no. Check it out.
And predict who's gonna win.
No.
And bet on it.
No. So there's 10 teams in the Khary's Crib Football League.
Okay.
Right? 10 different owners of a team, right? We had a draft on Wednesday, you know?
Okay.
Our draft consisted of all of the players in the NFL, right?
Okay.
So right now, my team consists of Pat Mahomes, you know, Calvin Ridley.
Okay, you don't have to name
Chris
people because I don't
Godwin.
know those people.
Neither do I. Najee Harris, Damian Harris, Tyler Higbee,
okay,
Tyler Lockett.
Khary, I don't know these people.
Neither do I. I haven't watched football in 6 years. I have
I'm
no clue.
I'm just saying that naming their names is confusing me.
My
just
defense.
Tell me what's going on.
These are different players from different teams. My defense is the Washington Redskins. My backup defense is the Pittsburgh Steelers. My backup quarterback is Tom Brady is my backup quarterback. You know, Pat Mahomes is my starting quarterback. So my quarterback is from one team, my running back is from another team, my other running back is from another team. And depending on how these people do in their games, they give me points. So based off of that, Chris Godwin, based off of his performance in his game last night, he got me 19 points for my team. You know? So,
okay, wait a minute.
So the score.
So fantasy football. It's 10 teams.
In my
hypothetical
league.
Teams.
Mm-hmm.
In your league, you get to pick real players from any team to make up one team.
Correct.
And you bet on them who's going to win or something to get points?
Well, our league, we're not betting no money, right?
Okay, but I'm just saying you're betting.
The score is based off of their performance in real life. You know?
Okay, so like Tom Brady played last.
So Tom Brady played last night.
Right.
And if I would have started him, I didn't start him. I actually started Pat Mahomes. But Tom Brady's performance last night is 29.16 points.
Right, because they won with 29 points.
Because they won because he passed for a certain amount, threw a certain amount of touchdowns. Each touchdown is worth a certain amount. The amount of yards he throws is worth a certain amount, shit like that. That pretty much makes up the point. It makes up their total points. So now all of the players I have, based on their performance, makes up the total points for my team, which is now versus his team, versus whatever his players are doing. And kind of like, so that makes up his final score. So if both our quarterbacks do great, you know, mine might have 1 point more. If both our running backs do great, his might have 1 point more. And shit like that. So then the final score, if I have 130, if he has 131, he wins that game. You know, so now that makes me more invested in watching football because now I care about all the teams that are playing that I have players on versus me just caring about the Giants.
Okay, so it's a like a hypothetical thing that you guys you are actually calculating real time points.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Right.
I actually watched the game. Well,
You know,
I didn't sit down and watch all of it, but I watched a majority of the game last night.
I will say this: I ordered Red Zone. I ordered NFL Red Zone. NFL Red Zone is a package that the NFL offers. This is not an advertisement. Nobody pays me. I wish somebody would pay me for some shit, but nobody has paid me for anything. But NFL Red Zone is actually a package that they offer where for 8 hours straight, there's a dude hosting that all he's doing is switching from game to game. Whenever somebody, do you know what the Red Zone is? The Red Zone is whenever somebody's in the 20-yard line and they might be able to score. That's the Red Zone. The Red Zone is like the offense can score, the defense has to protect them from scoring. That's the Red Zone. And whenever there's a team in the Red Zone, that channel just switches directly to that game. So you might see every touch. You will see every touchdown from every game all day on Sunday.
Okay.
I ordered that package. I called them up today.
Why don't you just watch the games?
Because I can't watch every game. I can only watch
I know
the
you
games.
can't watch every game.
Right,
but
I can't watch every game, but I can see every touchdown with Red Zone. So I can watch the Bucks game from here and with whatever other game they might show.
Okay, do you watch football at all?
I used to watch, prior to the whole Kaepernick shit, I watched football every year, every game religiously. I always watched whenever the Giants would play in Tampa or wherever I would be able to watch the Giants in Tampa, I would watch them. And I would watch pretty much every Bucks game. I became a Bucks fan since I moved to Tampa because I really couldn't watch the Giants like I want to. But if the Bucks and Giants ever played, I'm going for the Giants. I'm sorry. But other than
That's
that,
some weak ass shit.
Other than that, I'm fucking with the Bucks. I'm a New York nigga. I can't go against a New York team.
That's some weak ass shit. I'm from Florida.
I give a fuck. I'm from the Bronx.
I'm from
New
Florida.
York. I've been to New York.
That's
nigga,
some weak ass shit.
Okay, the first game, the first time I ever really started getting invested in football is because I was watching the Giants. I seen the Giants lose to San Francisco. Then I see the Giants beat San Francisco. Then I seen the Giants win the Super Bowl. First Super Bowl I watched, the Giants won that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a Giants fan.
So, I was more of a basketball fan. Like, I haven't watched basketball, honestly, since my baby was born. But, I was on every basketball game, playing 2K, stuff like that. I was a big basketball fan. Mm-hmm. And I would watch football maybe like, when it was on or when my dad was playing, like watching a game or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Super Bowl. That's the tradition. Mm-hmm. But I like football, too. I like watching sports. I just don't. When I'm on the move, like now, I barely even watch TV unless we watching a show or something. Like, I barely watch TV. So it's exciting. Like, especially the Bucks. Like, I know we can't, I'm not going to say that, but I love the Bucks. Love the Bucks, even when they was losing, even when there were blackout games, like, I feel like the city that you're in really dictates that. Like, you can't help but to go hard for your city.
Right.
So it's like, now that we up again, yeah, Tom Brady done bought all these fucking tourists that can't drive, that done drove our rent up,
Yo, for real. Yo. I got a renewal notice. Yo, they trying to raise my rent by $200, yo. They trying to raise my rent by $200, right?
Florida, baby, with a W.
But check this out. Check this out. I saw this news story earlier. And I actually Googled some shit because of it. It said, yo, the largest house in America, the most expensive house in America is in foreclosure. $165 million.
Where is it located?
California.
Okay.
Right? It's in foreclosure. This house is 105 square feet, I said, yo, let me see how fucking much bigger that shit is than my crib. So I went online because I didn't know off the top of my head how big my crib was.
That's bold, Khary.
You know, I didn't know off the top of my head how the size of my crib, right?
Uh-huh.
So
That's bold.
What's bold? What's bold?
I will not the world. Okay, so America's most expensive house.
Mhm.
I would not want to take my shit and see how much smaller it is than that one.
No,
I would just
don't-
assume that
I
my
don't
little
wanna- no,
shit is
I
about
didn't-
like 30, 40, 80 times smaller than that big ass house.
Right. So I wanted to know how many of my shits did I need to equal that shit. You know, I needed 93 of my cribs to equal that crib. I was like, damn, nigga.
I would have immediately
I
just took
need 93 of my joints to equal that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Listen.
And they defaulted on that shit. So you know what? I could have bought that shit. You know why? Because I would have defaulted on it too. So yo, what's the difference?
Listen, rent is
You know what I'm
really
saying?
like going crazy.
Yeah,
and
it
you know
is.
what?
It is.
Three, I believe it was about 3 to 4 years ago when people started saying that, oh, Tampa is going to be the next big tourist spot. I didn't believe them. I didn't believe them.
I tell you
I
what.
didn't believe them until now. Tom Brady has come to town, literally, before we even won the Super Bowl.
I tell you what.
Tom Brady came to town.
Check it out. Check it out. I was thinking of just finding someplace new to live, right? I was thinking about just finding someplace new to live. But I don't want my son to leave to change schools and shit like that. You know, and if I do move somewhere else, I'll have to drive him to school in the morning. I want to do that, you know? Is that worth $200? You know? But the $200 is gonna put my rent at like 15 and change, you know? Not including the extra shit, will put my shit at 16 and change a month, right? Because I looked online today to see how big my crib was, I see the apartments that I'm living in right now are now going for $2,000 and better.
Yep.
$2,000 and better.
Yes,
And I'm
sir.
like, oh, y'all want me to pay $1,600 with all my extras that I'm paying, which also the extras that I'm paying includes my park. I got a reserved parking spot in front of my crib, right? I don't pay for my internet. I don't pay for my cable. All of that shit is included in my shit, you know? I added Red Zone on to my shit. I was expecting a nigga to say, yo, that's just gonna be like $70, $80, $90 or some shit like that. That nigga was like, all right, that's with the sports package. So we're gonna add on the sports package to your account. Oh, your account is through your complex where you live. Oh, that's through your complex. That's just already paid for. Everything that's paid for. So your bill is now $5.63 a month. I was like, oh, no problem.
Listen,
$5 a month, nigga. Give me that shit.
Is that so? It's a lot of domino effects. Like, if we looked at Tampa 4 years ago,
oh, long story
it's not
short,
the same.
real quick. Long story short, I'm not moving. Go ahead, continue.
So if we looked at Tampa 4 years ago, it's not the same. Like, they've literally, within the last 4 to 5 years, we've seen them take the projects and downtown and Ybor and stuff, literally tell those people they had to go, tore them down, built big ass condos, pushed all of the people that were in the, I don't want to say the lower class, but like middle class, maybe like Temple Terrace, like West Tampa area, all of these places, and push them to Brandon, Riverview, Ruskin area. And now all of these areas, downtown, Channel Side, all of these areas are now very expensive, right? So they've like completely gentrified everything, and rent is hella expensive, guys. Like, I mean, apartments that were $600, $700, $800, $900 are now $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 for a 1 bedroom. And then you find an apartment, stay in it for a year or 2 or 3. Now people are seeing rent. Like, I've heard at least 5 people within the last 2 months tell me that their renewals are coming up and their apartments are trying to jack up their prices by $200, which now means, you know, every year they're increasing your rent. So if you already been there for a year or two, you're probably already at $1,100-1,200. Extra $200 is about $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for a 1 or 2 bedroom apartment. But now keep in mind, these apartments are not updated. These people haven't come and said, hey, we're going to come in and take all this carpet up and put some wood down. We're going to take your appliances out and put in some new shit. They just want to jack up the price for this old ass, rickety ass, raggedy ass shit that you already staying in. And it's because we have all of these tourists, all of these new people in town. Traffic is fucking insane. Traffic is insane, and I want to take the time to say that y'all can't drive. I hate it.
Let me show you something real quick. So,
I hate it.
Within the last 20 years, I see that prices I had never really just looked and just realized how much prices have changed.
No utilities included.
You know, no utilities included.
None.
No utility. You pay.
Khary has utilities included.
No.
Most of these apartments, you just said your cable is included.
My cable. That's
right.
They just made that a
your cable and your water is included?
No, my water varies every month. I pay it with my rent and shit, but it varies every month. It's not included. It's not a flat rate.
Okay.
You know, that's
you just pay it directly to them.
Right. Correct.
Okay,
you know?
Most of these apartments don't have any utilities included.
Correct.
None.
So check this out real quick. So I just looked at the first apartment I had in Tampa. This is a floor plan of the first apartment I had in Tampa, right? This apartment right here is 615 square feet. You know, 615 square feet. You know, I was paying $500 and change a month when I first moved into that apartment in the early 2000s. You know, probably like 2001, 2002, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I moved into that apartment. It was $500 and change a month. You know, I look at that shit now. I just pulled that shit up. I just pulled it up on the website. Oh shit! What the fuck? The fuck I just pressed? Wrong shit. Tell you that. That's what I just pressed. Let me hit back real quick. This apartment now goes for $1,500 a month. $1,500. Well, actually, it ranges. The apartment I used to rent when I first moved here. Let me get this pulled up on the screen properly real quick. My layout that I had in that apartment was the Sable. That was $500 a month. Now it ranges between $1,485 and $1,865. No, the one above that, $1,415 to $1,690 for 615 square feet in Tampa. I never thought that would be motherfucking possible in Tampa.
Yeah, so let me tell you this. So with that being said, Khary was saying in the chat that mortgage is, you know, cheaper than rent. So this all happened like spur of the moment. Like, imagine just living your life and all of a sudden your apartments are closing and everybody, the cheapest area is 30-40 minutes away from where you already live, you know, and all that type of shit. Rent went up, of course, because of market price. I'm gonna tell you this too. Car insurance went up too. Car insurance went up because, I remember I was looking forward to my shit going down. And they told me, like, I'm paying damn near $300. I have no tickets, no accidents, no anything. Damn near $300 because they said that the market rate went up in Tampa due to, you know, just so many people moving here. And now Tampa has one of the largest, like, accident rates in the whole country. So everything is heavily like just increasing and increasing and increasing. And for shit that's not even worth it. It's just absolutely insane to me. Like, I'm just so aggravated with all of this. But again, what I was saying was like, imagine all of the people that don't have the means to really pull their credit together to go ahead and close on a house. Now with these apartments, yes, the rates are going up and they're also making it harder to get into apartments. So if you have, like, I remember years ago, my first apartment was $600 and it was bigger than the fucking apartment I have now. But what was I gonna say? No. So Khary, that's what I was saying. I was looking forward to my car insurance dropping at the age of 25. It has not dropped because Tampa is has one of the largest accident rates in the country right now. So it's staying like that. And then also, damn it, what was I saying? I was saying, what the fuck? I forgot what I was saying, y'all.
Oh, no, my insurance.
The accident, it was the car insurance. Oh, and then they're making it harder to get into apartments now also. So yes, the rent is going up. You'll be looking at $1,200-1,300 for a one bedroom in a decent area. Mm-hmm. And also, but to get into that apartment, you remember back in the day, we could pay if maybe you had an eviction or whatever, they just make you pay first, last, and security, put some extra shit down. They not doing that no more. If you have an eviction and shit like that, a bad credit history, they automatically deny you. Mm-hmm. No, you can't put no extra down. Mm-hmm. Now it's getting harder to get in apartments, and then the rent is increasing and car insurance is increasing. And yeah, they bumped up minimum wage to 15, but not everybody is making 15. Not every business have bumped that up. So it's just the whole, mm-hmm. Everything is just kind of fucked up. And then we got fucked up ass traffic and shit. Somebody hit me in the back the other day. Dude didn't even get out and say, I'm sorry, are you okay? Like, he didn't do none of that shit. He was just like, oh, pull to the next exit. I'm like, you know what?
She got hit.
You know what, bitch ass nigga?
She wanted.
Look, you know what? There's no damage to the back of my car. Let's just go. Because Florida is a no fault state, right? So now if I did call and report that, not only is his insurance going up, but my insurance is going up too.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, I don't have time for that. Let's just go. Ain't no damage. Let's go.
Yo, Wade says he pays $1045 a month now because of COVID. Wait, $1040 what, for car insurance? $1045? $1,000. I'm
assuming that's for an apartment.
Okay.
How many bedrooms is that, and what area? What city are you living in? Says car insurance. Cheryl says car insurance here in Baltimore City is higher than Baltimore County, but the county people are causing most of the accidents when they drive down here going to work. Yeah, like I'm gonna tell y'all a secret. We used to use zip codes for rural areas. So if you lived in the Tampa area, you would use like a Lakeland zip code or a Plant City zip code, rural areas. So you can get a cheaper rate.
I never did that. I should have done that. I've never done that.
Right. So you can get a cheaper rate. Now you use those same zip codes. That don't mean a goddamn thing. Your shit's still expensive because accidents are so and I mean, I see several accidents a day. Like I mean several accidents a day for stupid ass shit.
Yesterday I was driving and I saw a mad accident. I was like, yo, what the fuck? I saw cars and ditches. Shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Y'all niggas don't know how to drive in Florida.
They don't.
Y'all niggas is wild.
No, and it's not the Floridians. It's the motherfuckers that's moving here. And people are pulling in front of you when you could just wait 3 seconds more. And there's nobody behind me. You just gonna pull out in front of me, motherfucker. At least in Florida, I will say this: people in Florida don't use turning signals, and they get in where they fit in. But guess what? They gonna get in where they fit in. They not just pulling in front of you where you ain't got time to stop, and it's an accident. It's like, nah, motherfucker, you dragging ass. I'm pulling in front of you. I don't need no turning signal. You know, these people, they just doing stupid ass shit. It's like, bro.
Yeah, they do be.
Like, am I supposed to read your mind that you was about to move over?
I tell you what. That's what I try to do when I drive. I try to read people's mind when I drive. Like when I drive, I be looking at the actual driver in the car, not just the car, and trying to figure out and I look at their motions and trying to figure out what they're doing. So if I see a nigga go like this one too many times, like that nigga's gonna move over and don't care what he sees or doesn't see.
Yeah.
He's using his mirrors and not actually looking over his shoulder. Me personally, I look in my mirror. The only time I look in my mirror and don't look over my shoulder is when I've already looked over my shoulder and know that there's nobody there. And then I can look in my mirror and I can see there's nobody speeding up on me at 90 miles an hour. I'm good to switch lanes.
Yeah, nowadays you definitely have to be you have to drive like on defense because it's you don't know what people are doing.
With that being said, I went to pick up some food tonight. I had about 20 minutes to get there before the place closed. I sat in my car. I put the address in the GPS. That just says it's going to take 20 minutes to get there. I said, uh-oh. This looks like a game of beat the GPS.
Y'all, Khary don't drive no better. Honestly, I feel like people that aren't originally from Florida just doing shit.
Oh,
bro.
yo, fam,
Khary,
my driving tonight. Oh my God, my driving was impeccable. Yo, there was no car on the highway that was impeding my progress. I was just like in and out, boom. Boom, boom. I was like a video game, like the game Spy Hunter, where like the whole object was like to just dip in and out of traffic, boom, boom, boom. Don't let nobody impede your progress, and you're just dipping, boom, 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 boom. Yo, I had the high score tonight, and I picked up my food with time to spare.
Listen, Khary, I don't like being in a car with Khary. Like, when he say he be in and out of traffic, this man literally be in and out of traffic with this much space.
Hey, guess what?
I don't like and doing with this much space.
I know my
doing 70, 80, 90 miles. I don't like listen, I trust my driving. I don't trust nobody else like that driving like that.
My vehicle.
I don't play them games.
You know?
Again, people that's not originally from Florida, y'all just be doing shit.
Check this out. See, people that's not originally from New York, they don't know their car's dimensions. You know why? Because people that's not from New York don't parallel park, and they don't have to fit their car in a spot that has this much space.
That's bullshit. We parallel park all the time.
The front and the back.
You don't need to be acting like you trying to parallel park on the fucking highway, though.
Yo.
That's
why I got skills.
Nah, see, and if anybody's gonna be in and out of traffic, I'd rather I be driving. Don't pull that shit with me in the car. God damn it, drive safe with me in the car. I will be in and out of traffic on my own time.
I drive safe all the time. You know why? Because I'm always looking 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 cars ahead to see where I can get in, where I fit in. You know what I mean? I know the dimensions.
Drive safe, y'all.
I always drive safe, you know, and I'm always just like, ooh, baby, I just fit in where I get in, and boom.
I don't know if y'all could tell, but I be
furious.
I don't know if y'all could tell, but I be so ready for people that ain't from here. Take y'all ass back where y'all came from. Everybody that came to follow. Listen, everybody done came here to follow Tom Brady. I'm not talking about the people that's been here for 20 years plus. Be quiet, Khary. I'm talking about the people that moved here to follow the Tom Brady train and the jobs and all that. Take y'all ass back where the fuck y'all came from,
She's
bro.
She's talking about the Tampa area.
Y'all are like really like fucking up the area, bro. Y'all done changed channel side and turned the shit. then called it Sparkman Wharf. What the fuck is that?
All right, but she's referring to
completely gentrified everything.
So Channel Side was already gentrified.
What I'm saying is Channel Side used to be.
There's an area of for those that's not from Tampa. There's an area of Tampa that is now called Sparkman Wharf. Though I don't know why it's called Sparkman Wharf, but they decided to change. It used to be called Channel Side Drive. Channel Side Drive sounds more related to water to me. You know, it's close by the water. You actually not too far from there. You actually catch the cruise ships to go on fucking cruises. You know, that's
Channel Side used to have Wet
Channel
Willie's.
Side.
Channel Side used to have the Hooters and the. It was Channel Side. It was what we knew. They took that and changed it into some shit called Sparkman Wharf. Now it's full of fucking container food trucks for white folks that are overly priced, that don't accept cash, with some fucking grass tarp on the ground, where they have bands come play and white folks and they kids be out there late at night. Like, they you know, like, everything is completely gentrified. They got the goddamn Park and Rec now. Granted, Park and Rec, the black folks done got the Park and Rec, and it's no, Park and Rec is ghetto as fuck over here in Tampa. If you want to go to the good Park and Rec, go to the one in St. Pete. Cause they don't be fighting and shooting and betting and all that shit. The one here in Tampa, the security guards be beating up women.
Let's try not to shit. I guess. Oh, you know, now that you said that,
what?
You know what? I wasn't gonna say let's not try to shit on nothing local, but now that you said
I'm not.
Go ahead. And
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
I need you to understand that when you're speaking facts, that's not shitting on things. So it's just because it's a negative connotation. That's what they provided. This ain't shitting on them. Just a week. No, I believe it was a week and a half ago.
And I consider shitting on something, whether it be a fact. I wouldn't shit on something that's not a fact. You know?
Okay, so this is a fact.
Right, but I'm just saying I can choose not to say that fact.
But I'm gonna say the fact because it was fucked up.
Right,
so,
and because you said, and after you said something, I realized how fucked up they was. So go ahead and spit that fact.
Okay, I'm a listen. Khary gonna pick and choose. I'm gonna say what the fuck it is. I don't give a fuck if it sounds bad. I don't care if it sounds good. It is what it is. Park and Rec. Park and Rec was I knew Park and Rec from their original location was in St. Pete. It's a bar, a sports bar. You can watch the game. They have life-size games of like Connect 4, arcades, etc., right? Mm-hmm. So they moved one here to Channel Side. I'm gonna call it Channel Side. Fuck that Sparkman Wharf shit.
That shit sound like a cult.
Sparkman Wharf?
Sound
what like the fuck is that? Anyway,
like
they moved a location here to Tampa in Channel Side, and it's known for black people to go there, and they literally just go there to be seen. They dress up. Even the local rappers and people like that go there.
When you say dress up, when you mean just get fresh. You know what I mean?
That's like exactly what I mean.
Like put on like cat costumes and shit like that.
No.
Nah, no.
So yeah, so they go there and they dress up, and even local rappers and stuff go there. They get a section and shit. Like, you know, people bet on the games.
What's the name of the place again?
Park and Rec.
So section at Park and Rec.
They literally call the shit, like, the social media name that they call it. What is it? Niggas in Rec or some shit like that is what they call it now. Because literally, like, it's full every Saturday and Sunday. They betting on games and people show up just to be seen, etc., etc. Like, but about a week, I believe it was about a week and a half, one of the security guards beat up a black woman and drug her by her hair.
What did she do?
I believe she didn't do anything to... First of all, wait a minute. Hold on. Let's rewind. So if I say a security guard, a man beat up a black woman, we don't need to be, what did she do?
If she hit him, I can't blame him.
No, she did not hit him.
No, I'm just saying, if she hit him, I can't blame him for a reaction.
No, she did not hit him.
All right,
and
if she didn't hit him,
I don't
then-
believe our first reaction should be, what did she do?
No,
but
I'm just saying, no.
I get
the
what
reason
you're
why I say that
saying.
is because if somebody hits me, I can say all day I won't hit a woman, but if a woman just smacks the shit out of me out of nowhere, I can't say I'm not gonna knock her out or not.
What I'm saying is, if I say, what I'm saying is if I say a security guard beat up a black woman, it should be what happened, not what did she do. If you get where I'm coming from, not what did she do to cause her to get beat up. What happened for that situation to occur is where I'm trying to go with that. I believe something happened with her friend. She tried to jump in and tell him, like, no, some shit like that. It wasn't even physical. And he just, like, lost it and beat her up.
Right, he was tripping. If he ain't touched him, if she didn't touch him at all,
my point in saying that is not, again, if I say this is what happened, it shouldn't be, oh, what did she do? Assuming that she did something to get beat up, it should be what happened.
No,
for this situation to occur.
The reason why I say what did she do is because when I hear just when the description is just security guard beat up a woman, my first thought is, did she physically assault him? So I'm just asking,
and that should not be your first thought, which is why I just stated that.
Wait, let me finish. My first thought is that because I'm thinking of myself in that predicament. A woman really can't say anything to make me physically assault her.
Okay.
So when I think of things like that, I'm putting myself in that position. So in order for me to physically assault a woman, she has to strike me, and it has to be in a certain regard for me to not really. I will react before I think.
Right, and you're trying to compare yourself to a person that beat up a woman.
Right,
so I get what you're saying, and what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, regardless of how you feel, it shouldn't be what did she do. If I say a nigga got shot and killed, it shouldn't be damn, what did he do? It should be no. Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. So if a nigga got shot and killed, it shouldn't be what did he do, assuming that he did something to deserve it. It should be what happened. What happened?
To me, it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
To me, it is.
Because when I say a woman got beat up by a male,
what happened?
Your response was, what did she do to deserve getting beat?
For me,
rather than what happened.
Okay. For me, the language and the interpretation are the same thing.
It's not.
What happened for me in that perspective is the same thing. In my brain, it is, because I'm a man that puts myself in that position.
Okay, well, stop putting yourself in other people's position. That doesn't apply to you.
That is how I think. When I hear of situations that happen, I think of how I personally
stop
react.
Putting yourself in those positions, because clearly it has nothing to do with you.
That is how my brain operates.
So again, what I'm saying to you is, yeah, sure, that's how you take it, but what came out your mouth is not how you took it. What came out your mouth is, what did she do? Which is assuming, let me finish, which is assuming blame to her, which is assuming that she did something to make him want to beat her up.
Right.
Wait a minute, and I'm not finished. She did not deserve that. You don't know what happened, so you should not be assuming that she possibly did something for her to beat her up. Because guess what? There is crazy ass motherfuckers out here. Exactly. So my point is, when people say things, this is a teaching moment. When people say things like this, don't immediately say, although maybe, yes, this is how your brain works, but what comes out of your mouth is not in correlation to how your brain works. It sounds like, well, damn, what does she do to get beat up? So I'm letting you know, as a woman, do not say that. Just ask what happened, because yes, you feel like they're the same, but they are two completely different situations, especially for someone that did not deserve that. And it is offensive. So no, do not automatically assume what did she do for him to beat him up. Instead, ask what happened, because you don't know what the fuck happened.
Right. So that's why I asked the way I
No,
asked.
you're not listening to me. You're not hearing me.
I hear exactly
You're
what you
still
say.
defending yourself.
You're
Just-
asking me to totally think a different way than my
I'm
mind
asking you
thinks.
to not assume blame is what I'm asking you.
Yo,
you don't know what happened, so don't assume that she did something to get beat up.
Well,
Just
then
assume
don't
that
ask
something
me
occurred
questions
and
where I
ask
should
what
put-
happened in general.
When you ask me questions, I don't look at them. I look at myself and
You don't need to look at yourself because you didn't beat a woman
my
up.
brain works. That's how my mind
Well, guess
works.
what, Khary?
That's how my mind looks at
Like I
situations.
said, this is a teaching moment
Well, the
because
teaching
not
moment is everybody thinks different ways. Everybody
this is
has
a teaching
different thoughts.
moment.
Everybody looks at things in different predicaments and different ways and different things. So don't assume that everybody needs to.
I'm
look
not
at every
assuming
situation.
shit, Khary.
That's
My
what you're
point
trying to
is
make
that
me
you
think.
were the one making assumptions, and
I'm
it's
not
offensive.
making
So wait a
assumptions.
minute.
I'm
Just
not
fucking
making
listen,
assumptions.
bro. Just listen. So wait a minute.
I've listened.
Again. Your statement assumes blame on the victim. So regardless of how you think, how your brain works, if you're gonna do a podcast and you're gonna report news, we're gonna talk about certain things, you cannot assume blame.
Well, first off,
wait a minute, let
I've
me
never
fucking
said I was a
finish.
news
Let me
reporter.
finish. Let me fucking finish.
I never said I was.
Let
I
me
give you my
finish. Let
opinion,
me finish.
My point of view.
Again,
from my
I hear what
visual.
your point of view is. I'm not saying that your point of view is. I get what your point of view
Right.
is. I completely fucking. I get it. My point is, regardless of what your point of view is, what came out of your mouth is offensive.
Regardless of what
So
my
a teaching moment. In a teaching moment just requires you to listen, understand, and fucking take that shit on to the next situation. Regardless of how you feel or how your brain works, what came out of your mouth could be offensive because it assumes blame. You didn't take it that way in your brain, but the way that you said it could be offensive to people. It could assume that she did something to deserve to get beat up when you don't know the whole story. So again, in a teaching moment, next time you hear some shit like that, instead of saying, what did she do? That's assuming that she did something to deserve it. Just say what happened. Period.
It's
That's
easy to
it.
say, but that's just not how my mind works.
It don't matter.
It does.
It don't matter.
That's
What
not
I'm
how my
saying
brain
to
works.
you,
That's not how I
cool.
think
Your
about
brain
things.
doesn't work like that.
Right.
Everybody else's brain does not either.
Right.
So regardless of how your brain works, do not say something that's offensive. Don't assume blame because that's what it sounds like. Just ask what happened.
But
How hard is that to
not
just?
assume-
How hard is
that's
that
the
to
same
just
thing,
understand,
because to me
Khary?
it's the same thing. To me, it's the
It's
same
not though. That's what I'm saying to you. So again, this
And-
is a teaching
and
moment.
for me,
It's not the same thing, and it's
because-
offensive.
Okay, you say it's offensive.
Okay, so
I'm
stop
telling you
defending it. Stop defending
it's
it and
my
just let it
point
go.
of view. It's me looking at it
It's
through my
okay.
lens.
That's fine.
It's me
That's
looking
fine.
through it through my
That's
lens.
fine.
Because
But
you
in
know
a
why?
setting
And
where
the
it is
reason-
offensive,
and the reason
just
why
take
I
that and
say
move
that-
on.
And the reason why I say that is because there was a point in time where I would say, you know what? I would never put my hands on a woman until a woman put her hands
Khary,
on me.
it doesn't matter, but
You
that's
know?
not what the situation is, and that's not how it
And
sounded
that's
coming out of
why
your
I
mouth. So at the end of the day, you feel like it's the same thing. It's not the
No.
same thing. It's offensive. So again, in a teaching moment, don't continue to defend the shit that's
not defending
offensive.
it.
Just listen and take that shit on. Period. Just shut up talking about the shit. At the end of the day, you know what happened? A bald rolled too close to the fucking security guard and he popped his shit and started going off on her friend. She tried to break it up and he beat the fuck out of her.
Okay, well, you
where she
could've
needed,
spoke
wait a
about-
minute.
spoke
Where
about
she,
that
it
instead
don't
of
matter.
talking
It
about
don't
how I
matter. Where
responded.
she needed
You could've just
stitches.
answered the question.
She needed stitches. My point is, Khary, before I even got to the explanation.
You could have just said, yo, she
Khary,
did
but you
nothing,
didn't
and
let
he
me
just-
get to
he
that.
just
You know
attacked
why?
her.
Because you assumed that she did something.
it's because
So at the
you
end of the
focused
day,
on that.
my whole point is to you, in this moment, my whole point is to you is that you didn't know what happened. I didn't even get to answer your question yet, but I just did. But at the end of the day, all that I'm letting you know is that you saying what does she do is offensive to women. It's offensive to women that's been beat. It's offensive to the woman that's been beat the fuck up for some shit that she did not deserve, just because you wanted to put yourself in a situation. At the end of the day, what you said is offensive. Do not assume that it's the same thing. I'm letting you know that it's not the same thing. All you have to do is take that learning moment and move the fuck on. You don't have to keep defending how you saw it, how you thought about it. We understand from the first time and the second and the third and the fourth time that you explain why you feel that way.
Okay, well,
I'm letting you know how it's offensive.
I'm just
and just go ahead. It don't matter. Don't keep defending it because it looks fucked up. Just go ahead and take that moment and move on.
My assumption is both men and women.
Khary,
women equally.
But that's not what that sounded like. That sounded like what did she do to get beat up?
And you know what? You could have just said she did nothing. I would have been
and
like, you know
I said that,
right,
but I also let you know. I said that. I said that. I did. I did. I definitely told you.
Nigga was fucked up.
Khary, I definitely told you when you said that she didn't do anything. Let me finish. I definitely told you when you said that, no, she did not do anything to get beat up.
Okay.
And I also looked up the story to make sure that I was absolutely correct in what I was telling you. But in that moment, I also told you that what you were saying is offensive and it's not okay. So do not assume. I understand that's not how you meant it, but that's how it came out of your mouth and it's offensive. So what you're saying has nothing to do with what happened, because I definitely did let you know she didn't deserve to be beat up. This was just a nigga that decided, okay, I did not say that you said that. Let me finish. I said, what I was saying was, I let you know, what I said was, I let you know that no, she did not deserve that. These are people, there are sometimes people out here that just do shit. They just snap. Sometimes it's crazy ass people out here that act like that. So, which is why when you said you put yourself in a situation, I let you know, do not put yourself in a situation because wait a minute, let me fucking finish. Let me finish. Let me finish. At the end of the day, you're trying, I understand you didn't mean how it came out. My whole thing is I'm bringing it to your attention that I understand that you did not mean what came out of your mouth, but it came out of your mouth like this. And if you read the chat, it came out like that to everybody else. So do not assume that anymore. We didn't have to have more than that conversation about it. All you had to do is say, okay, don't continue to defend how it came to your head. I get how it came to your head, but what came out of your mouth is offensive and it wasn't okay. So again, in a teaching moment, no, she didn't do anything to deserve it. I understand you. I understand that you didn't think that she did anything to deserve it. But what came out of your mouth is, what did she do? Which is a statement assuming that she deserved it. What did she do for him to do this? So again, at the end of the day, Khary, you're still arguing it. At the end of the day, we all understand that that's not what you meant. That's not how your brain works. But what came out of your mouth is what came out of your mouth, and it's offensive. So at the end of the day, just leave it where the fuck it's at and just take from this situation not to just say shit like that. Just be more general in what you say. Be broad. What happened? Rather than what did she do? We know you didn't mean it like that.
And my whole point was, I'm not going to change the way my brain thinks and my brain interprets things.
Again, I understand you.
I understand what you said.
I'm not saying that that's wrong. I'm just saying that it's offensive the way that it came out of your mouth.
Right. And to be honest, more offensive things are probably going to come out my mouth in the future, you know? And
that's on you then.
Right. It is on me. Cool. Right. But I also explain, you know what? I don't say it because of these particular things. It's just because of the way my brain interprets things.
Cool,
you know?
Then.
And you chose to be offended by it.
I'm not offended. I'm just saying it's fucked up in a situation. I wasn't beat up. I'm not saying I can't sympathize to her because it didn't happen to me. But what I'm saying is in a situation like this, it especially if you, I don't know, whatever. Fuck it, let's move to the next
I just look
topic.
at it, if a nigga punched me in the eye, I wouldn't be surprised if a nigga said, yo, so what happened? What did you say? What went on?
But you
know
see
what
what
I'm
came out of your mouth? You see what came out of your mouth? What happened? And that's all that I was saying. Is
Right,
to just
what
say
happened?
what
What
happened.
did you do? What
Not
happened?
no. Wait. What I was saying is, the first thing that came out of your mouth is, if a nigga punched you in your face, you wouldn't be surprised if a nigga asked what happened. That was my whole point. Ask what happened, not what did you do.
The exact next thing after that was, what did you do?
But guess what, Khary?
For me,
it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, a sentence that says, what do you do?
For
Assume
me,
a sentence.
That's one in the same. What happened? What did you do? Is one in the same.
Next topic. Let's go.
Next topic.
Yep. Next topic.
Oh man. Let's see. What should I do next topic? It's mad late too. 11:38 already.
Y'all be fucking wilding, bro.
Ain't no wilding about the brain.
You wilding, Khary.
How's that wilding? Because my
you're
brain
wilding
because
one. Let me tell you, if you want to be real, let's be real. Let's be fucking real. So one, you're wilding because you can't simply sit back and just listen to another perspective as to how it makes anybody else feel other than how your brain works. Sure, that's how your brain works, but what came out of your mouth is offensive, and it meant something completely different than what was in your brain. So the fact that you can't sit back when someone is telling you that this sound completely different, and you just be like, damn, I didn't realize that. Really? Right. Okay. So you couldn't just sit back and be like, damn, I didn't realize that this is what it sounds like coming out of my mouth, but this is what I'm thinking. Cool. I understand that. I get where you're coming from. You had to completely not even acknowledge the fact that what came out of your mouth was offensive, because you weren't listening. You were trying to talk the whole fucking time and explain why you came to that conclusion. When several, not just me, because it's not just my opinion, several people in the chat is saying, yes, this is what it sounds like coming out of your mouth, Khary, and that's fucked up. So it's a difference between just saying, okay, this is how I felt about it. This is what I was thinking about it. I didn't mean that. But then it's a whole nother thing to be like, okay, cool, I didn't mean that. My bad. I'm just not going to say that anymore because I get where y'all are coming from, which is a learning moment. I get how I fucked up in this moment. I'm going to just go ahead and take that and fix that. You still want to argue and defend what you said originally. We get you're not a bad guy for saying this.
Well, first off, my first statement has never been completed, but we got a call. Who's calling? What you got calling on? 347. What's your name? What you calling from?
That's funny.
Yeah, what's good? It's Khary.
Hey,
Yo, Khary, what's going on, man? How you doing? What's your thoughts
I
on
can hear my
what we
echo
talking about
when
tonight?
I talk.
Let me see. How you sound now?
That's crazy.
All right, cool. Mm-hmm. Well, I punched the nigga in the mouth for talking to my mom wrong, and it's because my mom told me what happened. My mom said, you know what, I went and approached this dude, and he reacted crazy. And I said, okay, and then I punched him in the mouth. No, I always ask, hey, what happened? What happened? What did you do? What happened? How did this shit start? You know? Did they come to you or did you go to them? Then tell me the rest of the story. You know, when mom came to me and said, she said, I spoke to your friend, I asked him these questions, and he came at me like this. And I was like, okay. She told me she approached him, she came to him respectfully, he came at her disrespectfully, now this nigga got to get punched in the mouth. You know? well. Oh, nah. But I'm not thinking of my mom. I'm thinking of just a person, right? And then I'm putting myself in that person's shoes. I don't look at it as just some person. I put myself in that shoes, and because I'm a person that I'm not going to react to somebody's words, I'm automatically going to think, hey, okay, so what did this person do to get me to respond? And this is when these stories are being told,
They're saying they can't hear Khary.
They can't hear Khary? Let's see.
Yo.
Can y'all hear Khary?
If I need to hear my echo, I'll just listen to my echo.
Let's see. Can y'all hear Khary now? I'm just saying, when I put myself, when I'm listening to these stories, I don't look at it as that person the majority of the time, unless it's like some killing shit, and even sometimes that I'm like, okay, what happened to make this person want to kill? If I was in that position, what's gonna provoke me to do it? You know, and that's why I asked that question. It's because for me personally, the only thing that's gonna provoke me to hit a woman is she's not gonna be able to say anything. There's no words that she can say that's going to make me want to hit her. The only thing that's going to make me want to hit her is if she hits me. And if she hits me, she's going to have to knock my glasses off for me to have some type of reaction that makes me be like, oh shit, now I got to hold myself back. And that's why I put myself in that position. And that's why I asked that question on what did she do? Because I'm looking at it from my own perspective of myself and how
I think that's so the wrong.
That's how I look at things, because I like to understand how things work, and I look at how things work from my perspective.
Right, but
now I do know there's crazy motherfuckers out there.
From your perspective, or at least the way you believe it, you won't put your hands on a woman unless they put their hands on you.
Right, and it was
you're gonna assume
some certain predicament to where
if a woman got beat
myself.
up, she must have did something wrong, and that's the wrong way to think.
No.
Because there's a lot of abusive men out there that just beat women for no reason.
Which I do understand. But the only reason I say what does she do is because it was prefaced with a bouncer, and the majority of the cases, bouncers are very good at controlling their tempers and things like that.
You're assuming.
Wait. This is from people, and I assume this because of bouncers. I assume
not the same.
No, I assume this from bouncers. I know. I assume this because of the bouncers. A lot of bouncers have training on how to react and how to.
No, they don't.
Yes,
a lot
they
of these
do.
niggas
A lot of them
got
do.
guns and shit, and they get hired to be security guards.
Well, maybe down here in Florida, but up in New York, more people have training
stop
and things like that.
empathizing with people. Stop putting yourself in other people's shoes.
Well, that's also you trying.
Don't do that. Just
but that's
listen
you
to
telling
the
me.
story.
Well, when we're thinking about things and giving our opinions and thoughts.
No, you don't have to think that hard. All you got to do is listen.
That's how I think, and that's not going to change.
Well, guess what?
That's not going to change.
Guess what? Listen to something else. Listen to something else.
What do you mean listen to something else?
You're not listening.
Yes, I am listening.
You literally just said, Khary just said, if you heard that a nigga punched your mom, what is gonna be your first reaction? Your first literal.
No.
I'm not going with what you said second. The first thing that came out of your mouth was what happened.
Right.
And that was my whole entire point to you, but you're missing it because you're trying to defend the way that you're thinking and that you're empathizing with the motherfucker that beat a girl. No, wait. You're empathizing and putting yourself in other people's shoes, which you don't need to do that because other people are not you. Niggas beat bitches up for less than that. For looking at them crazy, for saying shit crazy.
This.
So no, you don't, because you don't, because you're still defending what
How
just came out of your mouth.
No.
So again, if somebody beat up your mother, if somebody beat up your mother, the first thing that came out of your mouth to your mother, again, can I finish? The first thing that would come out of your mouth to your mother, if she came to you and said that somebody beat her the fuck up, would not be what did you do? it would be what happened. And that was literally the whole entire point, the principle of this whole conversation. But you're missing it because you're only going off of how you act towards women, what would cause you to do things. This is not you in this situation. Don't empathize with motherfuckers. Just listen. And when people are telling you that things are offensive, cool. Yes, we are your house guests, your family, your co-host. We understand how you think about it. You've already explained how your brain works. It only takes one time for you to explain that.
Okay.
But what we're saying to you is that what came out of your mouth does not reflect the way that you think about it, and it's offensive, and it's not right.
Why is it offensive that I think of things from my perspective?
That's not what I'm
so
saying
let me-
to
let me-
you
let
at
me- let
all,
me say
Khary.
something.
Why is that?
That's
Let me
why
say- let me-
I'm
let me
not
say
saying
something.
that the way that I'm not saying that from you thinking of things from your perspective is offensive. That's not at all what I'm saying to you. Again, you're not listening enough to hear the point. You keep talking while other people are talking, so you're clearly not open to hearing what other people are saying.
All right. Let me say something real quick. So,
Sure,
Can y'all hear
you
me?
don't. You clearly don't. Go ahead, Khary. I'm not gonna say nothing else.
all right. So Khary, the way you think, there's nothing wrong with the way you think because it's based off of your experience. But if you learn because people tell you that it's harmful to say, what did she do? Because it normalizes that, that women get beat for doing something, that they did something wrong. Like, what Tati mentioned, it's a teachable moment. Like, maybe if you think that way, it's one thing, but once you know that thinking that way and verbalizing it, saying it out loud is harmful, then you accept that and be like, you know what, I'm going to try not to say that, even though based on my experience, I just assume that, and from my experience, a lot of times women do something and then men react, I don't know, whatever.
I agree. Like, I just want you to know we not beating up on you. We definitely, and we're not saying we don't get where you're coming from. Because I know how you think. I know how you rationalize things. I'm not beating up on you. I'm not discrediting how you think. I'm just letting you know what came out of your mouth and how you're thinking is not correlating to one another. It's offensive to some people, especially victims, if they didn't do anything to deserve what happened to them. So it's not, I don't want you to think that we're beating up on you or we're getting on you. It's not that. And I know I get loud. You know how I talk, but I'm not beating up on you. It's just I want you to hear me. So I don't want you to be in a situation where you say that and you offend somebody, because it comes off as offensive and insensitive. There is a difference between what did she do and what happened. There's a difference. That's all we're saying to you. There's not an issue with the way that you think and you rationalize things. If that's how you do things, cool. We just want you to know that when you say things, what comes out of your mouth is a little bit different than how you're thinking about it. That's it.
I'm not trying to normalize anything, but would it have been different if I would have said, okay, so what did he do?
Okay, well, the woman's the one that got abused.
Right.
So you already know what he did.
Right.
He beat her up.
Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But
what's that?
There's nothing that can happen
Why
that can
doesn't
make
it
it
matter?
okay
Why doesn't
for
it
him to
matter?
abuse the woman.
It does. If somebody hits me, I don't care what what the sex is. I don't care if it's a woman or a man. If somebody strikes me, if somebody punches me in the fucking mouth, I can't say whether I'm gonna punch that person back or not, whether it's a man or a woman. I can't tell you what my reaction is gonna be, and I can be 100% honest with that. I can say all day, you know what, I'll never hit a woman. But you know what, if somebody strikes me, if somebody hits me out of the blue and just punches me in the face, I can't say I'm not gonna hit them.
Right. I mean, self-defense, that's a whole other topic.
Right. So but that's the thing.
Until you know what happened, you just can't assume that the woman did the wrong thing.
The only reason I assume that is because the man was a bouncer. And my belief is bouncers have more restraint and training than the normal man would react with a woman acting wild out.
Okay.
And that's the only reason why I asked, what does she do? Is because it was prefaced with a bouncer.
But we're just saying, don't assume that.
If it was just, yo, some dude beat this woman up, I would have been more like, what happened? And the only reason the only reason I prefaced it was, what does she do, is because it was a bouncer. And because I'm thinking bouncer, I'm thinking, okay, maybe a woman is intoxicated. Maybe she's acting up. Maybe she's acting wild, you know? And that's why I asked, what does she do? It wasn't just because, you know, it was because that was prefaced with a bouncer, you know?
Right. So it's a difference in thought, because my first reaction isn't what did the woman do? It's why couldn't this big ass bouncer who's there to regulate shit not able to regulate this woman in a way that didn't need to involve beating her? Like, he couldn't just restrain her in a way that didn't involve beating her ass?
Exactly.
Like, he's a terrible bouncer.
Which exactly, and that part of leads to my asking, what happened? What does she do? Is because I just feel like a bouncer's a big dude. He can really handle shit. You know what I'm saying? He can kind of control himself, especially with somebody he's really bigger than. So that's why I kind of asked, what does she do? Because I felt only because if I was in that situation, if I was some big dude, you know what I'm saying, somebody would really have to do some crazy shit for me to make me have to really fuck a woman up that would be reported on TV and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or internet or whatever the fuck like that. You know what I mean?
I don't know. We can agree to disagree.
We can, you know, and I don't approve of anybody beating women, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're unprovoked. I can't really blame people that have been hit and abused and shit like that and just reacting. I can't blame people for reacting. I can blame people for reacting to just verbal shit, you know, like, your dick's small, nigga, and the nigga hit a woman, nigga, you a bitch ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Any type of words and shit like that, yeah. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing a woman can say to me to make me hit her. But now if a motherfucker hit me in the face with a fucking bottle, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's time to move on to the next topic. Have another smoke another blunt or something.
I agree.
I'm gonna go to the phone and have a drink myself.
I agree. Thank you.
Yeah, we got a bunch.
All right, y'all.
We got a bunch of topics. We gonna blow through these topics real quick. All right. Rich and single or happy and love and broke? Which one you gotta choose? You gotta choose one. Rich and single or happy and love and broke?
I gotta be single for the rest of my life, or is that just a temporary...
Rich and single or happy and love and broke? Me personally, I'm gonna pick happy and love and broke. Because for me, the key word there
is happy.
Is happy, yes.
I hear you, but rich and single didn't mean that you ain't happy, though. It just means that you rich and single.
I know a lot of rich motherfuckers that committed suicide.
But that don't mean there ain't a lot of rich, single, happy motherfuckers out there, though. Like, shit. God damn it. You know how people be like, I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce.
Yeah, but you know what? They still crying.
Listen, I've been happy and in love and broke before and didn't turn out well. Like, honestly, I'm gonna say rich and single because honestly, like, I feel like that's the path that I'm on. Like, if I'm okay if I don't find a significant other, like if we're not together forever, cool. But I got my career, I have money, I can move the way that I want to do. I could create happiness for myself. And that's not saying that money creates...
Happy isn't in that equation.
No. I just said that doesn't mean that I can't create happiness for myself. Happiness, money does not equate to happy. But that doesn't mean you can't be happy with money either. So I feel like I
So you
can
be happy
create
and alone?
happiness for myself if I really wanted to. Rich and single don't mean sad and lonely. That just mean you rich and single. Now, motherfuckers that's committed suicide and they not happy and that don't mean that everybody that has money is unhappy. I'm just saying right now at the moment, what I can relate to is rich and single, because at the end of the day, I'ma build what I need to build by myself while I'm waiting on what I'm waiting on.
And you know what? That right there is why I think I would pick happy in love and broke.
That's fine.
You know why? Because I'll be able to buy everything but real happiness.
But that's what I'm saying to you. You said rich and single and you said happy and broke. Just
Happy
because you
in
said
love
happy
and
and broke does not mean that rich and single has to mean that you are unhappy and that you can't ever be happy. I feel like that's a stereotype. I feel like people feel like, oh, you can be broke and happy, etc., or you can be rich with no problem. I mean, with issues. And not find happiness, not find genuine love. I don't feel like the title happy and single means that you can't ever find happiness.
No, see, but you trying to add on to the question. The question isn't whether you'll be rich and single and one day find love. It's you're gonna be either rich and you're gonna be single forever.
I'll be cool with that.
You're never gonna be happy and in love.
Listen, I will be cool with that. Can I hold on? Is this thing on?
Mm-hmm.
I will be cool with that, because guess what?
What's that?
Rich and single does not mean I'm not getting no dick. It does not mean I'm not getting no vagina. It does not mean none of that shit. I'm cool. We ain't gotta have no title. I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. I could get sex. I got money. I could travel. I could do what I want to do. That don't mean I can't be happy. I'm not changing it, but you said rich and single.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't say that I'm rich,
Happy's
single,
not in
and
that
depressed.
Happy's not in that equation, though.
You didn't imply that happy.
No.
I'm not
sneak happy in there.
I'm not saying that I'm trying to sneak it in there. I'm saying you didn't say that, and I'm saying that we have a connotation. Broke people, not broke, but people that aren't rich have a connotation that all of the rich folks out here are just rich and unhappy. I don't believe that. I feel like, especially if you work for what you got, that don't mean you unhappy, and that don't mean that you lonely. I haven't been lonely, like being single. I've been single 3.5 years. That don't mean that I'm lonely. It just means I haven't found somebody. So yes, I would rather be single and rich until I find what I'm looking for. And even if I don't find what I'm looking for, it don't mean I can't get what I'm looking for other places. I don't know. I'd rather cry in the Rolls Royce. Fuck y'all.
For me personally, it don't matter what I'm crying in. I'm still crying.
I don't give a fuck. I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce because I can go on a vacation, eat what I want, go shopping. I just feel like we have this connotation of rich as like they're unhappy and because money brings more issues and all. I don't believe that. I feel like it's what you make it. So even if I'm rich, I'm going to make it what the fuck I want. I'm going to make it. Even if I'm single. Right now, for me, relationships don't equal to happy. Like, and you gotta, I understand that, like, for me, I got issues, like, through family shit, relationship shit, friendship shit. So being rich, having money doesn't mean that I'm unhappy in all of those other areas. Maybe it just means I haven't found what I'm looking for in those areas. And I've just focused on my career, which is a path that I'm currently on. If I don't find love at this moment, I'm cool with that. I'm working on my career, what makes me happy. Something that I'm passionate about. So I'm cool with that. I don't equate rich in all of that to unhappiness and broken and lonely. and I just only got money, I ain't got nothing else. I don't equate that to that. I equate it to you make it what you want.
Yeah, but I guess
So y'all can be broke if y'all want to.
I guess
I'm gonna be
me,
rich.
I guess for me, I've since I've probably been like 25, they really it's kind of been like the thing where like I can't buy you nothing as a gift, because anything you want, you just get it yourself when you want it. That's kind of been me. So there's really been no material thing that really makes me happy, you know? So like there's nothing that makes me happier than I guess being with someone and actually having some type of bond and shit like that, you know? So like for me, it's not about what I can buy, what I can cry in and shit like that. For me, is if I'm crying, it don't matter what I can buy. It don't matter, because I'm still gonna be a sad motherfucker, because I've been there. I've been in that spot where I've been sad and just bought me everything that I've wanted and still been sad, you know?
But that was one
And-
situation though. That don't mean that in every situation of you being successful, you have to be sad.
Right.
That's the way that I'm looking at it. Like, I feel like, not saying I ain't never had shit. I've been spoiled my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like I've been in love. I've been engaged. I've been in committed relationships. And for me, what I'm learning is that, like, you know, we all have our traumas, whether it's with family, whether it's with friends, relationships, etc. I feel like for me, what I'm learning is that my focus is what I want, because I will, for people that I love, I will go all out. I have thrown away a full ride academic scholarship on a man before. Not meaning I just dropped out. I definitely I tried as long as I could. I got pregnant and then, you know, but I'm saying though, like, I've had situations where I've had everything and I've thrown it away for love. I've been in situations where I love my family so much where I didn't realize the fucked up shit that they were doing. And so right now, for me, love ain't enough for me. You know, like, yeah, I've been in situations where men have loved me, but they can't love me correctly. Like, you know? So for me right now, what resonates with me is being happy and single. I'm cool being single. I ain't really got to answer nobody. Not saying that I want to be single for the rest of my life. I definitely have people that I love on. But what comes with that is you have to treat me right. So I'm cool being successful and rich, even if nobody treats me right, and still just waiting to find that somebody rather than settling. But I don't equate being happy or single to being lonely or sad. So for me, that works out for me. Because honestly, I feel like I see myself being successful and rich and single and finding somebody and then settling down. That's how I see it. That's what I'm experiencing. That's what resonates for me. So I'm cool with that. I'm cool. I'll be patient. But I don't think that I have to be sad, depressed, or suicidal while simultaneously while being rich and single.
But
I don't think that's the same thing.
But if you can only choose one, you gonna pick rich and single?
I'm gonna pick rich and single. Cause that don't mean I gotta be sad and depressed. I'm gonna pick rich and single. Happy and broke don't mean that you're gonna be happy for long or broke for long either. So, but I'd rather have money and do whatever fuck I want to do
You like
while I'm
to
single.
change the question. Good. Just look at the question for exactly what it is.
No, because exactly what it is does not mean that if okay, so the way that you're saying it, look at it exactly for what it is, would also mean that if you were sad and you were happy and broke, would mean that you would be broke for the rest of your life. I'm not assuming that you will be broke for the rest of your life because people evolve. So what I'm assuming, I see myself being happy and single. That's very much so like something that I can see. Being rich, I mean not happy and single, rich and single. I can most definitely see that happening and me finding love later. That's something I've already coped with. So I'm cool with that.
I hear that, but that's not the question.
But your question also wasn't, are you going to be rich and single for the rest of your life? Your question was just, would you rather be rich and single or happy in love and broke? Right. That didn't say for the rest of your life.
There was no indication of this should be an add-on, is what I'm saying.
Right. There is no add-on, which means anything can happen. So initially, I picked rich and single, and I'd rather see what the fuck happens from there. I'm cool with that. That don't mean I gotta be rich and single for the rest of my life, though. And rich and single don't mean unhappy.
Okay, so let's add that for the rest of your life.
You want to add that? Cool.
Yeah,
I'll be rich and single for the rest of my fucking life.
Okay.
Because guess what? Single don't mean I ain't getting no dick. Single and single don't mean I'm not getting love from somewhere. It just mean I'm not committed. I'm single. I'm cool with that. And the rich don't mean that I'm not happy. It just mean that I got money. So I'm cool with that.
All right. I'd rather be happy than have money personally.
That's like the 500,000 or the dinner with Jay-Z for me. I'm gonna pick the money, goddamn, because I could create happiness.
You think you can? You really can't.
I can.
No, you can't.
No, I don't need a man to be happy.
Money can't buy happiness. I'll tell you that right now.
But that's exactly what I'm saying to you. That's exactly what I'm saying to you. Having money does not mean that you're also depressed or unhappy.
Right, but it's not gonna.
That's just the path that some of these people have chosen.
Right. I'm just saying, money is not gonna make you a happy person.
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is
being able to buy whatever you want isn't going to make you.
That's not what I'm saying.
Good.
That's not what I'm saying.
Once you get used to it, it's not going to make you happy at all.
That's not what I'm saying. And being rich does not mean that you're going to be unhappy. Again, I feel like you're equating being rich to being unhappy and depressed and lonely.
No,
that's not what that means.
I wasn't equating.
Being rich literally just means having
I was trying to ask a straightforward
abundant supply of money.
I was trying to ask
I'm cool with having an abundant supply of money. And being single,
no,
you can create happiness. Love doesn't even. But wait. Let me finish.
Though I tried to ask a question. I tried to ask a question of one or the other,
and I answered. But guess what?
You tried to answer, and you tried to answer with one, and then eventually the other.
It doesn't matter because you didn't ask that. But guess what else? Being in love doesn't equate to being happy either.
That's why it was like a 3-part: happy, in love, and broke. It was a 3-part thing.
But guess what? But being rich and single doesn't mean that you're not in love and that you're not happy. That's all I'm saying to you.
Right.
Even if I'm broken in love, that don't mean that I'm.
That wasn't the question.
Okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck what the question was. I'm going to pick rich and single. Regardless of the technicalities, I'm picking rich and single.
All right, let's move on. There was a story you shared earlier that had a woman shot, actually, 17 times. Damn, what the hell am I doing over here? A woman was shot 17 times by the boyfriend's side chick, you know? And I'm gonna have to come back with that one, Sean. I'm gonna have to come back with that one, you know? All right, but let me get a little serious. A woman was shot 17 times by her boyfriend's side chick, you know? She kind of deaf. She kind of had like a little thing going on he had a thing going on with this girl. You know, I think the woman kind of knew about it and shit like that. She said the woman would come around when she was around to kind of make her presence known and shit like that. And I'm laughing at y'all in the chat over here. And one day, I guess he was with the side chick doing this thing, whatever. I guess they might have had sex. He fell asleep and he stole. She stole his minivan. You know, yo, Scott Free. I'm glad you chimed in because I actually forgot to mention something that I wanted to mention from last week. But they must have smashed or something. He knocked out because he was putting in like extra work. Probably. I'm embellishing the story. They didn't sell a story like this. I'm just going with what I remember reading. I'm not reading shit right now. I'm a little twisted off of mad shots. I'm about to take another shot and shit like that. And I'm talking about the story with the 17 shots and shit like that. She took more than 50, and she survived. By the way, so I can talk about this. You know, I can talk about this. The chat is laughing at us, Tati. Don't you know what I'm saying? You can look at it, whatever.
Bro, I'm reading the chat, and y'all get on my nerves.
You know, but
just like Khary, he get on my motherfucking nerves, y'all. Like. Wait, stop the topic real quick.
Stop the topic.
We like okay, so the thing is we don't agree on some things, and that's cool.
Seems like a lot of things, huh?
We don't agree, you're right, on a lot of things, and that's cool. But the problem lies is the gray area of agreeing and disagreeing. And again, we both are very like passionate and very strong-minded in what we feel and how we think. So it's like, okay, I heard you say that, but I still think this, you know? So it's like a never ending of, okay, I heard you, but I still think this.
All right.
And so, even when y'all hear us like get loud and get frustrated, like it's never like, okay, I'm mad at you, fuck you. No, it's just like,
no, she beats me up after the show. She beats me up after the show. He's lying, y'all, because if I beat him up, y'all would see him with a black eye. But anyway, it's just a situation of like agreeing and disagreeing. Can we do that or not? And clearly, we are both too stubborn, prideful, whatever you want to call it, to agree. Because I just, you know, what I believe in, I ain't switching sides. You feel me? Like, fuck that shit. And clearly Khary feel the same way. So it's just like, all right. So maybe we just need to learn to agree and disagree. That's cool with me. That's cool. Man, all right, so okay, now that you said that, now I'm gonna get through the story. I think that's so funny. I'm gonna get through the story. Correct me if I'm wrong. Woman was dating a man. Man was had a side chick. I guess he was smashing the side chick. Fell asleep one day because he was putting in work or whatever. She took his minivan or whatever. I ain't read that part in the story. I think that part was in the story. That part was an assumption. I'm assuming that part because she stole his minivan and he didn't know she stole his minivan. And when she stole the minivan, y'all remember that scene in Baby Boy where Tyrese pictured Snoop pulling up in his girl's car? Let me go back to the story because I don't. I'm not saying this is what happened. I'm just picturing what happened. Okay, Khary, but wait a minute. No, y'all remember the scene in Baby Boy? Let's report the story and then report what you assume in the funny parts. Okay, because now you confuse people. What happened with the story? What happened? What happened? Well, tell me what happened. I'm assuming she took the minivan and pulled up like. Okay, all right. Let's see. A woman reveals that she was shot 17 times by her boyfriend's side chick. What's even crazier is that after all of that, she says she went back to him. Nicole Jones, a healthcare worker, was only dating her boyfriend for about a year before she found out he was seeing someone else on the side. The girl my boyfriend was cheating on me with, she became a living nightmare. The woman would often show up to her house when she knew Jones, the woman that was shot 17 times, and her boyfriend were living together. Jones believed her boyfriend was playing both sides. As the drama increased, Jones became uninterested in the relationship.
However, last year, Jones was at the home relaxing on the couch after arriving home from a Halloween party. While watching the television, she was called by her boyfriend's side chick while she was with him. This caused an argument in which the side chick threatened Jones. I got a phone call from the girl, said Jones. I answered, and it was her in the bed with him. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This was the side chick. I got a phone call from the girl. I answered, and it was her in the bed with him, she continued. She had went through his phone that night and seen that me and him were together the day prior. She said, I'll come shoot up your windows. I'm sorry, that was the side chick, y'all. My bad. It's a lot of confusing. It's a lot of confusion. This was the side chick. I'm sorry.
She was on the phone.
I just wrote it off.
On the phone like Soldier Boy. I'm gonna come shoot up your windows. Like,
man, I just wrote it off as fight talk. I started to get ready for bed, Jones said as she heard the boyfriend's car pull up outside because it would squeak. She went outside only to realize that it was the side chick dressed in all black. That's when the woman shot Jones 17 times. Jones played dead as the woman ran off. Luckily, Jones recovered. She says the boyfriend was apologetic, and after seeing that she was okay, he went back to his old ways. Today, Jones is doing better, but she requires a walker to move around. The accused shooter is currently awaiting trial. Jones says she doesn't hate the woman, but often wonders, why me?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I tell you what, one thing, first off,
that's crazy.
First off, I'm not placing blame, but she told you what she was going to do and you slept. You can't sleep. You can't sleep.
What you sleeping for if that was your nigga? If this was your man first and a side bitch said she was going to...
Yo, I don't give a fuck.
What you supposed to do, run?
First, no. If somebody says, yo, I'm going to come shoot your shit up, I don't give a fuck who it is. I don't give a fuck how pussy I think that nigga is. Somebody told me they gonna come shoot my shit up. Yo, all night I'm at my window like Malcolm X. I'm looking out my window with the gun waiting for a nigga to come up. That's me personally.
Again, she thought it was her boyfriend pulling up in his car, but apparently it was the side chick in his car.
She stole a car, like I said earlier. She stole a car. She pulled up like motherfucking Snoop Dogg and motherfucking Baby Boy. He thought it was her, like Tyrese thought it was her. He rolled down the window. She said, "Yeah, nigga, what?" And then she ran out all black. Bah, 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 bah. You know, just like in Baby Boy.
That's insane.
She took that from Baby Boy.
That's insane. I hope they give her the max.
Yeah, that is crazy. That bitch was wilding. That nigga was putting it down. You know? He had her going crazy and she stood around for the crazy bitch and thought it was... I'm just saying. Yo, somebody said...
It could have been some whack-ass dick and a bitch that had daddy issues that didn't want to let a nigga go.
See,
it don't always have to be the dick.
See,
y'all be wildin', bro.
That, you know what?
Dick don't even be enough to shoot a nigga up, bro.
You know what? It might not have been a dick. But... wait, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You're glitching,
wait,
Khary.
Wait. No, I'm just saying, yo. This story is wild, right? First off, this story is wild. But for this story to be this wild over below mediocre dick makes it even wild. You know, these motherfuckers went crazy because the nigga was a good comedian. That's what y'all telling me?
No. That ain't even what it gotta be. What I'm saying is for people to do shit like that, it ain't even gotta be the sex. Like, for me, I feel like people got all sorts of issues. People got mommy issues, daddy issues, abandonment issues, all types of issues. So if you showing them even a portion of that, them feeling like they gonna lose you or they don't want to lose you is enough to go and do any of that. It ain't gotta be that he was fucking her good. I ain't read nowhere in that article that he was fucking her good.
Well, that's not gonna be an article.
I've seen motherfuckers that shot shit up for less than that just because they ain't want to let a nigga go.
Not to cut you off, wouldn't that be some shit? The reporter be like, "Well, was he fucking you good?"
I'm just saying it wasn't reported. I'm just saying it could have been a number of issues. Like
that would be a wild question.
I don't even think the nigga got good dick enough to do any of that. Who knows if both of these women got insecurities and they both ain't want to let this man go. I don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know. Who knows?
Which makes the story even wilder.
This is fucking insane. Khary said, did y'all see the story where high school kids in North Carolina upped another teen's house 150 times, killed a 3-year-old and injured a 4-year-old?
Crazy.
That's
I didn't see that,
insane.
but that's crazy. These little niggas be getting some crazy shit, man. You can see all types of crazy shit on YouTube, man.
Shit. Again, single,
you know,
and rich. Fuck you. You ain't even gotta shoot me. Fuck you and him. You can have him. I'ma be rich and single. Fuck y'all.
But let's move it on real quick because we are dumb late. We're gonna go through these real quick.
Fuck y'all. Single and rich.
We're gonna go through these real quick. All right, so I got sent the video the other day of some dude getting robbed in the middle of actually it was actually nighttime. This nigga got robbed in the night. Niggas pulled up on him. First it was 2 niggas on him. Niggas like, yo, take your shit off. Yo, niggas took off his jewelry. Niggas took off his sneakers. Niggas took off everything. But then I saw this other video that was posted on some news site where these 3 people got robbed in Miami in the middle of the day while they were sitting at a restaurant outside. You know?
I saw that.
2 dudes walked up on them like, yo, give me your shit. 20 seconds, they was gone with their shit. Motherfuckers was like, yo, shit. You know? I just thought that was wild. People getting robbed on the street. You know, you got your license. You be packing heat on these streets. Be ready to pop niggas that's trying to roll up on you.
Honestly, in that situation, if you saw the video, even if they did have a gun, if they tried to pull that shit out, they would have been dead anyway.
Me personally,
they didn't have no. They didn't have time to move. Them niggas walked up with guns in their faces.
Right.
It wasn't a situation of, oh, give me your purse and let me pull this gun out. They walked up like, give me your purse, motherfucker. I'm taking this shit. I'm taking whatever y'all got in the bag. Try something and I'ma shoot you type shit. This wasn't it's a gun in my face. Let me reach in my purse that they trying to take. Let me reach in my security bag. Let me reach on my side, pull out a gun and shoot a nigga. And it's 2 of them to 3 of them. Nah, y'all wildin'. Them people didn't even have time, even if they did have a gun. So I don't fault them. I don't think they dumb for not having a gun. Who says they didn't? But at the end of the day, even if they did, they didn't have time to pull that shit out or they would have been dead. Y'all wildin'.
That's because they wasn't on point.
Y'all fucking wildin'. Y'all wildin'. If you sitting down eating brunch, you mean to tell me everywhere that you going, and I'm not saying people don't do this because I do know people that's been shot before that has PTSD that does search their surroundings but for a person that's never been shot before to be looking all around them like, oh, let me make sure a bitch don't shoot me. That's unnatural. That's unnatural. And the only reason why y'all motherfuckers that feel that way is because you've been shot before and you're on defense. For regular people that has not been shot at or even lived in that situation, that's not normal for them. They just out enjoying brunch like they should be. So to expect them to be able to pull a gun out, even if your motherfucking ass that's been shot before been sitting there, they upped you with a gun, you ain't got no time to react because them motherfuckers got a gun in your face. It's 2 of them with a gun and you sitting there looking stupid with a shopping bag and a purse and 2 bitches. You ain't got time to do shit.
Unless I got a gun on me and I'm paying attention.
Bruh, everybody want to be a motherfucking
No,
hero.
I'm just being...
And a motherfucker that would have upped the gun in that situation, 3 people would have been dead. All 3 of them people would have been dead because one motherfucker would have tried to up a gun with a nigga that already had a gun in their face.
Possibly not. Possibly not.
That's crazy. That shit's not normal. If you've been shot before and you looking around because you got PTSD, I completely understand, but I need you to understand that that's not a normal thing and it's not okay for you to live that way. It is because you've been shot, but for
Not
to
just
normal
because of that, just
people,
because I grew up
to
in
normal
wild
people that have
neighborhoods.
never been shot, that's never been shot at, that's never been in the hood, that's been shot up, that's not a normal situation to be in. And they were robbed in broad daylight during the middle of their afternoon. That's not a normal situation. So I expected them to freeze up.
And I do say this though, in those people's defense of not really being prepared.
It wasn't that they weren't prepared.
Let me finish. Even if they was people strapped up, those are situations where people aren't prepared because they feel like they're in safe neighborhoods. Shit don't really pop off over here, and niggas ain't really gonna try and pop off over here.
Again.
So a lot of times people even have their defense down because they feel like, you know what, this ain't too crazy shit.
To people that have never been shot at, to people who have never been shot, who don't even think about robberies, who don't even think about people robbing them because they've never been in that situation. That is not normal. And just because you have been in those situations does not mean that those are normal situations. That shit should not be going on, period.
It should
So,
be going
and
on.
guess what else? Just because you got a gun on you don't mean that you have to be prideful and attempt to shoot somebody because they're trying to take your belongings. Because guess what? Let me finish.
All I'm saying
because
is-
guess what? All of those things are replaceable. The purse,
Yes.
the cards,
Yes.
the license, the cash, all of that shit is replaceable. Guess what's not? Your life and the motherfuckers beside you lives, because you have PTSD and you want to up a gun to a nigga that already got a gun in all of our
And
faces. That's not normal.
Okay, this is what I'm saying.
That's not normal.
No, let me finish. If I'm holding and if I'm sitting outside eating and I'm observing my surroundings and I see two niggas walking down the block with masks reaching to pull out guns, I should wait for them to get to me?
That's not at all what I'm saying to you. That's not at all what I'm saying to you.
That's the
but what I'm
situation
saying
I'm
to you,
placing myself in.
I'm saying to you is that your situation is a special situation. Not all of us out here has been shot, Khary. Not all of us, especially those were white people. Those were white people. Them motherfuckers ain't been shot at. They don't live in situations where they probably never even heard a fucking gunshot before. Who knows? So all they know is they came out for lunch and they chilling and a motherfucker came up with a gun in their face and robbed them. Not everybody got instincts like you do. Some people freeze up. Some people never even seen a gun before. And some people never even thought about being robbed before. And guess what doesn't help in those situations? A prideful motherfucker taking their gun out. Not saying that you shouldn't defend yourself, but in a situation where you have the option of, okay, let me just let them take my purse so we can live through this shit, or let me take my gun out so they can shoot anybody, including me or excluding me. That's not smart. Right. Because everybody ain't thinking like you. In that situation, if I'm chilling, I would have probably just let them take my fucking purse.
Exactly.
Because I can cancel all of them. I can cancel all that shit.
Exactly. And all I said was they got caught slipping.
They did not get caught slipping if they were having brunch in the daytime.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. A nigga that get caught slipping is a nigga that know that he got ops and he out here lacking with no gun and out watching his. No. Everybody does not get caught slipping.
No.
People get put in situations that are unfair. Not everybody gets caught slipping because guess what? We're not all taught the sink or swim. We're not all taught that, oh, we gonna fight or we gonna lay down. Right. That's for motherfuckers that had to go through that, that's been through that. A lot of us don't know that shit because we ain't never been through that shit. So that's not normal.
Okay, so for people that be like robbing people and shit like that and doing shit and sticking people up, if a person is aware that these people are scheming on them, they're gonna be like, you know what, this person's aware of us, we're not gonna fuck with them like that. They're less likely to fuck with the person that's aware of them and is prepared for them. If they see somebody that's totally unaware of them, that's the person that's more of the mark, you know? Wait. Regardless of whether that person is trained or untrained for the streets or whatever, you know, there are people that are untrained for the streets, but they're still aware of their surroundings and things like that.
Those are people that know that type of stuff go on.
No. There's people that some people that just do that, some people don't. But I'm just saying, so the person that's unaware of their surroundings, whether they're trained by it or not, the definition is they're slipping. You know, because they're not aware of their situation. They're not aware of their surroundings.
A person to me that got caught slipping
is a person that's
okay.
Not aware
let me set the line in the sand. So a person to me that got caught slipping is motherfuckers like us that know what the fuck going on a daily. I know niggas getting shot up in traffic. I know niggas is pulling up shooting the wrong people. Niggas is pulling up and shooting up in a club. I've been around that. I know people that's happened to. So I know to keep watch out for my surroundings, right? So a person that did not get caught slipping, because I hate that we try to make this a normal thing. It is something that could happen. It's not normal and it should not be happening. But a person that did not get caught slipping is a person that has never grown up and never been around any of these unfortunate, because it's not normal, it's not natural, these unfortunate situations that we all have been in, witnessed, or know somebody that have been in these situations where we have to keep our head on the swivel or whatever the fuck y'all want to say. A person that did not get caught slipping is someone that does not know anything about this lifestyle. All they know is that they live in life. They went out for lunch. They don't live in neighborhoods where people get shot up at. They haven't been to schools that's been shot up. They don't know somebody that's been killed for no reason or for a reason or on whatever. Those aren't people that get caught slipping. These are people that are just living life. It's unfortunate that we have to go through these situations. So yes, for a nigga that know he got beef and he not paying attention to his surroundings, he got caught slipping. He did. For a nigga that know that he lives in these surroundings and this type of stuff happens around him, it's unfortunate, but yes, he got caught slipping. For motherfuckers that have never been around this type of shit, that's not getting caught slipping. That's called getting robbed in broad fucking daylight.
So for the white lady that stops at the gas station and puts gas in her car, and as she's filling up her car, looking at the pump, going through the gas prices and shit, and the dude that pulls up next to her car, opens up her door, grabs her purse, drives off, and she doesn't even know, she got caught slipping.
I would not say that she got caught. I would not say that she got caught slipping, because I feel like if you didn't expect that to happen and that's never happened to you, that's not getting caught slipping. Getting caught slipping is when you knowingly know that this type of stuff happens and you're not keeping an eye out. So you got to keep in mind that we all have grown up in different again, let me finish. I ain't cut you off. Let me finish. I did not cut you off. Again, let me finish. I ain't cut you off. So getting caught slipping is a term that we came up with in minority areas. Right? This ain't no shit that white people know about. You don't never hear no white people talk about, oh, he got caught lacking. He got caught slipping. You know why? Because they did not grow up in the areas that we grew up in, and they did not grow up in situations that we grew up in. That's not getting caught slipping. That's called being robbed. Period. So for us that's been in situations like this, and that know people that's died or been robbed, etc., that's called getting caught lacking, because we know what our situation is. We know the cards that are dealt to us. So if you're not looking out for your surroundings, it's unfortunate, but yes, you got caught lacking.
Which is exactly
but these people, no, you're not hearing me. No, you're not hearing me.
Okay.
There's a line. There's a line in the sand that I'm drawing. There's people that know about this lifestyle. Again, let me finish. There's people that know about this lifestyle. And yes, you've got caught slipping. And honestly, getting caught slipping is not even I hate that term. Because some people, again, let me finish. Let me finish. I'm going to let you go ahead. Go ahead, Khary.
You're containing it to a lifestyle of people that's involved with criminal shit. It's not contained to that lifestyle. Anybody can be caught slipping. The honest, law-abiding citizen can be caught slipping because even law-abiding citizens pay attention to their surroundings. Slipping, lacking, all that means is not paying attention to your surroundings. And all that means is somebody slipping is they weren't paying attention to their surroundings and they got. If they was paying attention to their surroundings, chances are they might not have got.
But guess what? Again, so here's the line in the sand. So again, here's the line in the sand. Here's the line in the sand. So if you want to look like you do everything else, look that term up. Getting caught lacking, getting caught slipping. Look that up. Tell me what the definition is.
It's slang.
But that term, again, that term is a slang term that was created by gang members, by people in areas. Again, let me fucking finish. By people in areas that have been in these situations, or know people that have been in these situations, to know that if you are not aware of your surroundings, you may or may not die, you may or may not be robbed, you may or may not be, etc. For people, the line in the fucking sand, the line that I'm referring to, fucking motherfucking humanity, if you want to call it, the line in the sand, for people that do not live this lifestyle, living in the streets, being exposed to people that have died, young people that have died, gang members, etc. For people that have never had to do shit like that, again, I'm going to use the term humanity, because we should not be going through situations like this. This is not natural. This is just the card, the hand that we have been fucking dealt. So for people that have not been dealt that hand, that's not called getting caught lacking. They don't even know what the fuck that term means.
It means,
again, as human, I know what the fuck it means. I'm not arguing what it means. So again, as humans, we should not have to keep our head on a swivel. That's not a normal thing for us. That's not natural. We should not have to keep our head on a motherfucking swivel to make sure a nigga don't kill us for a fucking shopping bag we just bought, for a motherfucking purse that we just got while we eating motherfucking lunch on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, motherfucking Sunday. That's not natural. It's not called getting caught slipping. It's called somebody robbed them in motherfucking daylight. That's not natural. But for y'all motherfuckers that's been shot, and motherfuckers that's been exposed to that lifestyle, to gang lifestyle, that's called getting caught lacking. Because you know exactly the hand that you've been dealt, and you know to keep your head on a swivel.
Well, my mom has never been in a gang. But
that's not what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
That's not what I'm saying.
Let me finish.
If you go, listen, wait a minute. If you're going to quote me right.
Let me
quote me right.
Let me finish.
Go ahead and finish, but quote me right.
My mom has never been in a gang, but she is the one that taught me to pay attention.
And again, your mother may have been, I didn't say only people in the gang. So again, like I said, quote me correctly. I didn't say people that have been in a gang. I said people that are in gangs, people that have been shot at, people that have been shot, and motherfuckers that have been exposed to that lifestyle, people that know people that has been shot in gangs or shot at. So maybe, no, your mother wasn't in a gang, but maybe she lived in an area where she was exposed to that lifestyle and or knew somebody that has died or been shot at. So again, if you gonna quote me motherfucking right. So for people that have not been exposed to this lifestyle, that's not getting caught lacking. Again, getting caught lacking or slipping is a gang term for motherfuckers that know they got ops out here and they not moving and keeping watch of their surroundings. That's not normal. That's not natural.
For not paying attention.
That's not natural. That's not natural. So just because you've been shot, Khary, that doesn't mean that motherfuckers that ain't living that lifestyle means that they got caught lacking. That means that somebody robbed them in fucking daylight.
Okay, we got this. We got the Second Amendment, right?
Khary, where did this happen at?
Let me finish.
Where did this happen?
Let me finish. We have the Second Amendment, which is the right to bear arms.
And you don't have that right in every state. You don't have that right in every state.
You never let me finish a statement.
Go ahead and finish.
So we have the right to bear arms. One of the reasons we have the right to bear arms is so you don't get caught lacking.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you're literally just proving my motherfucking point. Khary, if I'm a white girl that was born in the motherfucking... Wait a minute. If I'm a white girl that was born in the motherfucking suburbs, I ain't never seen a gun, ain't never been shot at. All I know is that I'm supposed to go to school, do this, do that, whatever. I ain't never been exposed to that shit. I'm not getting caught lacking, bitch. I've been robbed.
Right.
Fuck do you mean?
And you got caught lacking.
No. For a nigga that's like you that's been shot, you got caught lacking. That's what you think. Because wait a minute. Because unfortunately, wait a minute. You're not letting me finish. So again, unfortunately, you have been exposed to a lifestyle that you should not have been exposed to. That you did not have to be. Let me fucking finish, Khary.
Robbed in rich neighborhoods.
Khary, let me fucking finish. It don't matter. That doesn't mean that shit is natural or that it's okay.
Well, it's been
again, at the end of the day,
before we fucking was born, it's been happening since.
You got it. You got it.
We were stolen.
You got it.
Stolen. You know.
And you using bullshit ass excuses, even with slavery. And I'm a motherfucker. No. I'm a motherfucker that believe in my ancestors, pray to them every motherfucking day, and I'ma most definitely bring up slavery when it comes to situations that it applies to. But guess what? This ain't one of them. Just because we were stolen. Just because we were stolen and all that extra shit don't mean that the shit that we do, because these were black people. These were black people. So doesn't mean that this shit is okay. That don't mean that it's okay because black people robbed a white person and they got caught lacking. They didn't know nothing about the term getting caught lacking. They probably never even had to watch their surroundings ever. But that doesn't make this shit okay. So at the end of the day, unfortunately, minorities, I'm gonna say minorities because we are not minority, but that's the term. Y'all know who the fuck I'm referring to. Minorities got dealt a certain hand. So you got exposed to things that you were not supposed to be exposed to as a young kid, as a child, as a teenager, etc. That's very unfortunate for you. But let me fucking finish, Khary, or you just got it. We gonna end the fucking podcast right here. But at the end of the day, you got dealt a hand that was unfortunate to you. That does not mean that it's natural to humans. That does not mean that it's okay for us to shoot one another. That does not mean it's okay for us to rob one. Khary, can you shut the fuck up and listen?
Never said it was.
Bruh, just be quiet and listen. You can't listen if you fucking talking while I'm talking.
Well, I ain't said
you got it. You got it. I'm done with it. You got it.
All right. All I said was
you got it.
It was.
We good. I'm done with it.
All right, then we done.
I'm talking, you ain't fucking listening. You talking while I'm fucking talking, so clearly you ain't hearing what the fuck I'm saying. Again, I'm talking and you're talking, so clearly you're not hearing what the fuck I'm saying to you. So you got it. Go ahead. Go ahead. You got it. We done. You never fucking listen.
I always listen.
You don't answer this. Riddle me motherfucking this, Khary. How can you listen if you talking while I'm talking?
because I can multitask and I said
Shut the fuck up, bruh. Shut the fuck up. You so full of shit. You full of shit. You can't listen to anybody effectively if you're fucking. And again, I'm talking right now. So go ahead and tell me what the fuck I was just saying.
You said I can't listen to people effectively, but yes, I can because I can
and what the fuck was I gonna finish? What was I gonna end with? Since you know what the fuck I was saying, cause while you talking while I'm talking.
I don't know. It seems like
exactly because you won't be quiet enough to listen.
Your own statement.
You can't listen. So while I'm talking, you arguing facts that I'm not even fucking saying to you. At the end of the day, that shit is not okay. It's not natural. I'm not gonna just chalk somebody being robbed in broad daylight to them being fucking caught slipping, getting caught lacking, especially a person that ain't never been exposed to that lifestyle. No, that's very much so fucked up. And I'm not gonna blame that on their skills of looking around them and paying attention to their surroundings while they're eating lunch. Who the fuck expects to get robbed eating lunch on a rich ass fucking block, bruh? And that shit is not cool. No. That shit is not cool. It's not okay.
It's not.
And because you've been
why they wasn't paying
again,
attention.
here you go talking while I'm talking. And because you've been shot, because you've been shot and you've been taught something different and you've been exposed to something different, you feel like it's being caught lacking. It's not. That's not normal. Somebody fucking robbed you of your innocence, my nigga. I need you to understand that. That's not a okay situation to be in. And that's, again, let me fucking talk, bro. Be quiet. Okay. No, again.
Yo,
wait a minute. Let me talk, bro. Let me talk.
Be quiet. Talk.
Okay, then shut up while I'm fucking talking.
And talk. Finish your statement.
Bro, I'm fucking talking and you talking while I'm talking again.
So
that's not okay. Be quiet. Again, that's not okay. Again, here you are.
Continue your statement.
You got it.
No, why can't you continue your statement?
I'm done with it.
All right. Then she's done with it.
Good night, y'all.
All right. She's done with it. She's done with it. All right. So, lacking and slipping are pretty much just a euphemism for not paying attention. You know? And all I said was if people were paying attention, they might not get robbed because people tend to fall back from people that are aware that they might get robbed. That's all I say, you know? No more than that. All right, but it is late. It's 12:48. We will see you on Tuesday evening. Let's see. All right. See you on Tuesday. All right, let's see. May your weekend be great. Let's see, what's to say? The police tell white people to pay attention to their surroundings. Pay attention, you know? Slipping, lacking's just a fucking another term for pay attention. Yeah. I don't see what was so difficult about paying attention to your surroundings and shit like that. But that's it. See y'all on Tuesday. We're gonna get up out of here. Let's see, what did I pick for tonight's outro? Oh shit, tonight's outro was I decided to choose this track called Main Man. This is a track I did for my homeboy Maine. He passed away some years ago, you know, passed away from cancer. And this is a track I was just thinking about it one day, and I just kind of like freestyle this track, and this is what came out. This is like one of the most inappropriate rest in peace tracks ever, but this is what I came up with, and it's some real shit. But we out. May the rest of your week be great. May your weekend be great. Do your best to stay sucker free and keep the smile on your face. We out. All right, here we go. Here we go. Where we go? I'm up here smoking right now. Laugh, man. Thought about my nigga Payne.
same letter, 10 floors apart, nigga. You know you my motherfucking heart, nigga. You showed me dice and gave me smoke. We fuck different bitches at the same time, high as folk. We got plenty money together, we tougher than leather. Game so slick, talk quick, nigga so clever. You put me on to that Valentine. We went shopping 5th grade for our Valentine. We thought we was pimping them, our walk had a limp in it. We knew everything, a nigga couldn't tell us shit. But now I'm trying to make them hits. Remember when your mom was like, get them hoes out my crib? We started laughing, we gave them Doug passing. We thought we was the shit, we gave these cousins, we was smacking. We had to show them that we was from the power. You had mad jokes when she gave me head for an hour. Remember that time when you had that cop frisk you? You missed the burner on your waist, you was like, God, I could kiss you. Or what about the night to the Savoy? We party kinda hard, we leave that shit like, oh boy. Jump inside the whip, go and get some chicks. That is what it is, and we head back to the crib. We smash a little, crash a little, wake up and get some money, then back to the middle. That was the routine with some strip clubs in between. Our only main concern was pussy, cash, and weed. Why'd you have to leave? You didn't deserve to go. And now you got a seat, I really wish you could see him grow. Your niece is beautiful, your nephew look just like you. Tell your parents I said hi, man, we miss you. This is for my man, my nigga. This is for my man, brothers from another. We doing our thing, alliance and change. Regardless of the fact, you still my man. This is for my man, nigga. This is for my man. I'm from another. We doing our thing, alliance and change. Regardless of the fact, you still my man. Still my man. Still my man. My nigga fan. My brother nigga. My man.
You are now tuned into Khari's Crib.
Khari's Crib.
Khari's Crib. Khari's Crib.